Matt Gutman.
It's a clear day. Suddenly you hear an air traffic controller scream. The left wing hits the deck, then the nose. Another angle shows it bursting into flame before splashing into the South China Sea, which is claimed by China. This thing comes after another video shows the plane during its approach, and a photo of its wreckage sinking just off the USS Carl Vinson's bow were leaked last month.
The Navy is working to try and salvage the jet from the bottom of the sea before anyone else can get to it. And 18 people now safe after being rescued from the ice on Lake Erie. They were out snowmobiling on the lake when the ice cracked and they started floating away from shore. The Coast Guard had to be called in to pick them up using a boat and a chopper. Another boat in the area helped out. Rena Roy, ABC News.
Here's the deal. I've had constipation with belly pain, discomfort, and bloating for years. I've tried a lot of laxatives and fiber supplements, but my symptoms keep coming back.
You could have a chronic condition called irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Talk to a doctor today. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
Another camping ban in Aurora goes before a city council study session tonight. Mayor Mike Kaufman spoke with Fox 31.
It requires a 72-hour notice before a camp can be invaded. It requires the city to have a designated area for them to go to.
Kaufman says the area where campers would be able to go would be away from schools, neighborhoods, and businesses. He says that sanitation, food, and water would be provided. The Humane Society of the Pikes Peak region is resuming a program that pairs kids and animals in a helpful and fun way. The Humane Society began the Story Tales reading program in 2020, but had to put it on hold after the start of the pandemic. The program has kids read aloud to shelter animals that are waiting to be adopted. It allows the kids to practice their reading while helping animals with social conditioning around people. For the weather, the Front Range is looking for a bit of a warm-up today, but a chance for snow a little bit later in the week, though not much. That's the latest. I'm Pat Woodard.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance, where you only pay for what you need.
The Denver Drive is pretty terrific. No reported slow traffic from the north suburbs and North Glen area all the way down to Castle Rock. Both directions of I-25 moving well. Earlier problems on I-70 at Tower, all clear, back up to full speed there. 10 minutes on your 225 drive between I-70 and I-25 with no delay as you work your way through that area. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mild and sunny, a high of 50 today. Tonight's low 27, and then a repeat for tomorrow, dry and mild, with a high reaching 50 for your Tuesday. Currently, it's 37. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
Liberty. Nobody should have to pay for one-size-fits-all insurance coverage. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Did you know that there's more to mortgage refinance than just a lower rate? Well, it's true. You can also shorten your term. You could drop mortgage insurance, or you could even access some of your home equity as cash. That's what you ought to be doing right now by calling American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans. Michael Brown here, and I want you to call American Financing because several personal friends of mine work at American Financing. I want you to tell them that I sent you, and you'll get a free, no-obligation mortgage review. I promise you they're not going to pressure you, and they certainly won't charge any upfront or hidden fees. If you like what you hear from my friends, they'll design a custom loan to fit your budget and your needs. And they might help you skip 2 payments if you want to do that. So why not call? Ask for anyone who's a friend of Michael Brown, and they'll get you started in only 10 minutes. Give them a call. Ask for anyone that used to work with me, and you can pre-qualify for free when you call 303-695-7000. 303-695-7000, or visit online.
Dude, I rode bikes forever, man. I know it's a pain in the ass, but it's good. It's also a lot of fun.
If the sand was a little wet, or even maybe a little frozen.
Well, I wouldn't go when it's cold. I assure you that.
It gets cold out there.
Well, that's true.
I've had friends that have gotten caught in snowstorms just in the middle of spring.
When I was up there with my kid, we went skydiving at that airport. That's a trip.
I bet.
Because there's nothing around, man.
But that's fun.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom. Welcome to a new week of troubleshooting, where we solve problems, answer questions, and take complaints. And we like to make your life a little easier. Been doing this more than 40 years in Denver, solving these problems, and we love doing it. We add up what we do in dollars. Now, it's not all literal dollars, but some of it is cash, some of it is merchandise, or exchanges, the value of an exchange. So cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services. So if we provide services, we just put an arbitrary price on it, try to get a barometer of what we do for people. And we manage to, over the years, recover hundreds of millions of dollars for people.
Tom, you know what the price is that you can't
Jay Brett's, by the way. Jay Brett's with Excel Roofing. One of my first friends in Denver as far as on the radio, and then got to be personal friends, and the first roofer on referrallist.com. Yeah, Jay.
The number that you cannot put a number to is how many people have used your name and say, you know what, if you don't take care of this, I'm going to call Tom Martino. And then people fix the deal.
Sometimes they do.
And
now,
but that number has got to be 10 times at least what you've added up.
You know, it's no secret that with new media, social media, podcasting, everything, I mean, truly, radio and TV, conventional radio and TV, have lost a ton of power. A ton. It's all splintered. You have a lot of cable outlets. You have a lot of cable, not cable outlets, but news outlets just on the internet. You have people, everyone's a podcaster. You have YouTubers. You have, I mean, it's a new world. It's a new world. The good part is everyone can have their day in the sunshine. The bad part is everyone can have their day in the sunshine.
Hey, Tom, I have a great story. I got a call.
Does it have to do with what we're talking about?
It has to do with, with saving people money.
Go ahead.
So I got a call on my AARP. A woman got...
By the way, when he says that, he works over with AARP's hotline as well. It's a national hotline for fraud.
Fighter.
So go ahead.
So listen to this. This woman got scammed by the grandparent scam. She got called about her daughter being in an accident, the whole bit. She goes to this place, Pack and Ship, to send $9,000 in cash to these scammers. The woman at the Pack and Ship called the police, called the police, called her daughter, and would not send the $9,000 and prove to the woman that it was a scam. So we got to take props to the Pack and Ship at 84th Street in Arvada. It's a great story.
That is a good story.
That is. And
how much was it, Doc?
$9,000.
Yo!
It's apparent. It's amazing how things come in waves.
Not to mention, she should have known because there is no bail anymore. So,
what do you mean? Oh, that's a joke. By the way, the grandparent scam is resurfacing. I mean, we haven't heard about it in a long time, but they call and say, "Grandma, I'm in trouble," or they say your grandson or granddaughter's in trouble. They just take a chance that the person has a granddaughter or grandson, and then try to get money out of them. And so many times they do.
And if they don't have a grandchild, they just say, sorry, you have the wrong number, and the scammers haven't lost anything except the phone call.
Exactly. So they randomly call people. They get an elderly person. They talk about their grandkids. Some grandparents think they're talking to their grandkids, and then they send money supposedly to an attorney. Now, we had called one of these. Man, the guy got nasty. We had called one of them last week, I believe, or maybe the week before. But, man, it was he was the attorney supposedly, and I want to see if we still have his number. No, I can't find it. Doggone it. We should have just a whole, well, it doesn't matter. They change those numbers like underwear anyway. You know, those numbers can be generated now with Google Voice, so anybody can, you know, have a number. And by the way, we've had a lot of luck lately with successes. We really especially like when, like these solar companies, a lot of solar companies took deposits and didn't finish systems. We've had a rash of them. And we gave it to Deputy Smarty Pants, and he's been able to get money back, get money back, or get the solar systems completed. Solar is a good option still. It really is. I mean, electricity is going up, up, up.
As long as you get the tax bennies.
Yes, and as long as you get good companies and...
Well, they yank those tax bennies. I don't see it. I mean, the upside is not there. You'll never pay for it.
But here's the thing about tax benefits, Mark. This is what pissed me off about solar.
Credits.
The credits were supposed to be to lower the price of the system. What it really did for a lot of bad solar companies is simply give a carrot on a stick. But they don't get the full benefit of these credits because the prices went up. So they just increase the prices to increase their profits to eat up the credits. And the illusion is that consumers are getting good deals. The question is, what would happen if credits went away? They wouldn't charge more for these systems. They couldn't. Now, we do have good solar companies on our website for sure. I mean, we really do. And those are the ones you want to go with, the ones that aren't inflating prices to eat up the tax credits. Now, let's talk to Ken. Ken, welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino. Our phone number is 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. And also, we have an expert in today. We always have experts in on different topics. This is on roofing. It seems to me to be a slow time for roofing, but so many roofing scams. And instead of just saying that, I want to go over each one, literally each scam that we come across in roofing. Now, Ken, you want to talk about, this is a very serious call we took a few years ago. Go ahead, Ken.
Hi, Tom and Mark and Susan. I just want to say hi and just checking in, and I'm doing pretty good.
Now, Ken, I want you to explain to people, I remember you. I want you to explain to people about your original call. Go ahead.
Well, my original call, when I got diagnosed with the cancer, I just wanted to off myself pretty much.
You did, and you called up, and you were very distraught, and you said, I just don't feel like I have anything to live for.
Right.
And
I made a couple attempts, but then I called you guys, and you guys talked me off the ledge.
Man, I can't tell you how much that means to me. So do you recall our conversation?
Yeah, I like it's written in my memory, the whole thing.
And so what steps did you take after our phone call?
I just got with a group, and they help. You just having people around that have the same problems, you know, it helps.
How is your cancer?
Cancer hasn't grown there. I got just a growth that's a new growth trying to go through some old growth, but I haven't had any spread.
And are you on any?
Stage 4.
Are you on medications, Ken?
No, I quit chemo and everything, and I'm still doing great.
Good. You have a positive attitude. And tell everyone what kind of cancer that was.
Stage 4 lung and kidney, and they gave me 3 to 6 months, and it's been 3 years and 4 months.
Isn't that something? Wow.
Yeah.
Now, you still have some cancer in your kidney and lungs?
Right. It'll never go away. It's just a matter of, you know what I mean, just a matter of time for.
But you're containing it, and you have a positive attitude.
Yeah, it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. You just stay positive and help others if you can. And
Do you have a support group, Ken?
yeah,
That's wonderful. It really is.
through the hospital, and then I'm just rehabbing my legs because they give out that's about the only thing. They just give out once in a while where you can't walk at all. I have to use a wheelchair once in a while, but I just do my rehab and work pretty hard at it.
Ken, I bet you have you stayed healthy through the pandemic?
Heck yeah.
Wow. So you never got the flu or COVID or anything?
Not at all. I don't even get a cold.
Man, that's really good that you stayed healthy, because immunocompromised like that, it could have done a number on you. I'm really happy for you. Now, as far as support group, though, I just want you to know, seriously, Ken, I am so happy you called. You can call anytime, and I mean that. And I mean 24/7. If you call 303-MARTINO, leave a message. We'll call you back for sure if we're not here.
All right, I just wanted to like I said, I just wanted to thank everybody because I had a great time visiting those few days and had a little fun. And
yeah, it was fun having you. So thank you, Ken. Yeah, there are people that do feel down and out and they don't know where to go. I mean, we can't pretend to be your family, and we're not even your friends until we get to know you. But truly, the show is all about helping, and that's a case where it didn't have to do with dollars and cents. It just had to do with making a connection. 3 years later, he's still here.
What's done more to improve overall health and wellness?
That's cool. 3 more years. My doctor gives them 3 months. They gave me 6 weeks when I had my liver cancer. No shit. So, I had.
And he said, but I don't have enough money to pay the bill. They said, okay, you got to live.
So, seriously, all my buddies in Denver said, well, the 2 guys that the oncologist in Denver said, there's nothing we can do. So we went to did some research, found the 2 best places for liver cancer were Sloan Kettering and Parkman in Dallas. And at the time, my family was in New York. So I think if I'm going to die, I might as well die in New York with all my family. We went to Sloan Kettering and they were filming.
Wow. How the fuck did they do it?
Of course, they operated on me. I had a tumor that was literally this big.
No one touches liver tumors usually.
Well, this guy was the head of GI oncology at
Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. That's what we say, and that's what we mean. I know the people at Ideal, and I know that what they do is try to pick an ideal loan for you. What does that mean? Well, first of all, let's talk about the interest rates. You don't have to second guess them. If you close and rates go down, you get refinanced free of charge. That's a 2-year guarantee, and every time you close, you get another 2-year guarantee. Also, they have a pre-approval, which is like a cash deal. That means all you have to do is find a house, appraise it, and you're done. You can close like cash. Ideal Home Loans also let you pick your own term. It doesn't have to be 15 or 30. You can pick whatever term you want and still get that low rate. And they know some of you may need to take cash out. They can arrange that. Or you may just want to shorten your term, lower your payment, or any combination thereof, and that's what they do. Deal loans for you. First they listen, then they lend. 303-867-7000. You know, whenever I talk about Joe Lazara in criminal defense, there's a certain number of people who say, well, I'm never going to need that, and I hope you don't. Life is not always perfect, though. And certainly, we know that we don't want to encourage crime, obviously, in this wave of crime or DUIs that are so easy to prevent. But what we are saying is this. Sometimes good people make stupid mistakes, or they're falsely accused, or they just need help. Don't ever try to do it alone. I've done the shopping for you. Don't shop under pressure. Joe Lazara is a criminal defense attorney, including DUIs. 303-429-6200. Free initial consultations, and then flat rate pricing. 303-429-6200.
When I'm going to get any kind of medical care...
Anyway, Tom, they were trying to do the surgery. So the guy in the guy in New York was able to.
What's that?
I said, so they were afraid to do any kind of surgery here. But the guy in New York said, look, we can take it out. If you wake up, you'll be cured. He said it is so vascular that if something goes wrong, we may not be able to stop the bleeding. But he said, so the only question is intraoperative bleeding. He said, if you wake up, we got the whole tumor.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Were you afraid when you were going to sleep?
No, I was so angry. I was so angry that I wouldn't get to see my son grow up. That's all I could think about.
Wow.
That I wasn't afraid. I didn't pray. I was just filled with this hate of the universe that I wouldn't get to see Eric grow up. So the hate just put the anger just pushed everything else out of my brain.
What is that? How many years ago?
That was in '95.
That's where. What's next?
So there's a marker, there's a hormone you can check. It's called AFP. It's supposed to be between 5 and 20. When I went into surgery, it was 28,000. 2 days later, it was 6. So I've been following that, and it's never been above 10 in 30 years. So it's a great success story.
You don't hear that story very often.
No.
Not about liver cancer. That's right up there with pancreatic cancer.
Yeah, I was very lucky.
That's usually you're done.
So the thing was, I had a stomachache on Monday. They biopsied on Tuesday. Wednesday, they told me I was going to die. Thursday, we made calls, and we flew to New York Thursday night. And Friday, they operated on me. So I went from being healthy on Sunday to being a death sentence on Wednesday to being cured on Friday. The whole thing took 1 week. Wow. It was the most frenetic week in my entire life, obviously.
Wow. I call that a good week.
Yeah, well,
I call that a great week. Because the end result is we get to hear the story.
Yeah.
It was all kind of shitty, but wow.
Yeah.
What a great outcome.
I wonder if this would charge him.
Can you hear a charger?
This report is
I don't know, man.
Please find furniture.
I have.
I honestly don't know the answer to that.
Overnight, upper 20s, and then for tomorrow, low 50s, a little bit more of a breeze. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather Team meteorologist Kylie Bird.
Woodley's Fine Furniture, specializing in handcrafted Colorado-made furniture, custom upholstery, solid wood, the most comfortable leather furniture imaginable. You will not find better built furniture in Colorado than at Woodley. Visit Woodleys.com today.
I'm afraid it's not the fucking charger.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. RealCBDThatWorks.com. That's the website where I get my CBD, and you can too. You can get 30% off if you use Tom in the name. RealCBDThatWorks.com. All CBD products, including the Immuno formula, that's been shown that the CBD can block viral particles from getting into human cells. It's scientific. The scientific tests were done through Oregon State University. You ought to look it up. RealCBDThatWorks.com, and that's for cosmetic lines, pain, anxiety, and now immuno-boosting formulas. RealCBDThatWorks.com. Welcome. Now, we have a follow-up with Julian. Now, Julian called about Fluent Solar. They did not complete the contract. Deputy Smarty Pants contacted him. They say they're going to refund money for incomplete work. Let's talk to Julian. Julian, welcome. We were just talking about solar companies. Now, how long ago did you contract with Fluent Solar?
That was probably 2020.
Okay.
About August.
And what went wrong?
So they never finished. They say they sent the guys to do the work, and they never sent them.
And so, did you get part of the job?
Yeah, I got the solar panels in, but I didn't get the extras like insulation. They were supposed to put.
Now, was the system working? Was the system operative?
Yeah, the system was operative.
Okay, but you wanted the rest of the work done. So what happened when you contacted us?
So I contacted you, and then Smarty Pants called them, and they finally called me back because I was trying to get the money back from them. They pretty much just say, "Oh, we'll call you back," and they never did. So finally, when Marty called them, they finally called me back, and they said, "Yeah, we'll give you a refund." And I mean, it took him a while. It took him like 4 months to give me a refund, but they finally did.
That's great. So you have a system that's working, and you have what, $2,500 in the pocket?
Yep, $2,500.
And you are using your tax credits, right?
I don't make enough to owe the federal government, but yeah, if I ever do, I'll have a tax credit there.
Okay. You know, you can keep those tax credits for how long in the future? Is that, Mark, 3 to 5? Is it 5 years or 3 years? Something like that.
I don't recall.
Yeah, there's a certain number.
I think it's 5, Tom.
5 years forward. Yep. So thank you, Julian. We really appreciate it. And, hey, guess what I'm taking out right now? I need you to pump up the volume here for my brand new and improved. Yeah, there it goes, my dinger. Okay. I don't know what that added sound was. I'm not sure it's good. Anyway, 303-713-TALK, 713-825. Thank you, Julian, seriously. And thank you, Smarty Pants, of course. Jay, do solar systems present a problem?
They do. And I took this call the other day. A customer called me up and said, what should I be aware of when I'm getting my solar system installed? And what I told him is you want to make sure that that solar contractor leaves the roof in the same exact shape that they found it. And it's really important, especially on an asphalt roof, that these guys aren't up there walking around when it's 90 degrees plus. Because what happens is the shingles scuff very easily.
Okay, so once it's on there, do you have to remove them?
If there's a hail claim on the roof, yes. That system needs to be removed in order to change out the roof.
Does insurance pay for it?
Normally it does.
For removal and put back?
Yes.
Okay.
So one of the gray areas, though, is, okay, there's a leak in the area where the solar array is. Whose responsibility is it? And what I told this customer of ours is that if a leak ever happened in that area, I would meet the solar company, we would go out there, do a water test, and find out who caused this leak, and then that person would have to take care of it.
That's Jay Brett's Excel Roofing. Fernando, welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino. What's going on, Fernando?
Hey, good morning. How are you, Tom?
What's happening?
I have a question. I'm very knowledge of workers' comp. I just got a final admission of liability letter from a lawyer.
Okay, hold on. Did you have a workers' comp claim?
Yes, I did.
Okay, you got hurt on the job. When?
Yes, I got hurt on the 6th, actually June 23rd of last year.
Okay. Okay, hold on. So then, did you, how long were you on workers' comp?
Well, the thing is, I got hurt, and then, first of all, my employer didn't want to take me to the hospital at the beginning. I called for an ambulance, and they didn't allow me to do that. They say they have a protocol to follow. That was a night when I was working.
Well, hold on. Did they ever open up a workers' comp case for you?
They opened it up after a month that I was bugging them with where's my case number I needed, because I had to go. They asking me all the time when I go to the clinic. And
all right, so did they actually open a case for you?
They did open a case after
and
that.
What happened? And then what happened?
And then they treat me Denver Health. They tell me I didn't have anything at the time. They just give me Tylenol.
Yeah.
And then they send me home. I start working back on Monday. That was Thursday when I got hurt. And then.
And who told you to go back? Who told you to go back to work?
The doctor, Denver Health.
All right, that doctor, hold on. Did that doctor actually release you to go back to work, called Maximum Medical Improvement?
No, that day. That day they only give me Tylenol. Then they.
I understand, but for Monday, did he give you a release to go back to work on Monday?
They give me a paper saying the medication that I need to take. That's it. And I didn't know. I was clueless what to do. I never.
All right, but you were. Before. Hold on. Did you go back to work Monday?
I did went to work on Monday, and my boss sent me to work outside on the field, doing concrete. And like three days after I get hurt, my back started killing me, and then my neck, and then I told him, hey, I don't feel good. I need to go check myself again because I don't feel good at all.
Then what?
So they sent me to the workshop, and they had me on light duty driving a forklift.
They didn't let you go back to the doctor?
No, that week. So
all right, then what? Then what?
After that, they sent me, okay, you can go to AFCU urgent care, and then they keep asking me for a claim number. So I give him the claim number.
Did you give him the original? Hold on. Did you give him the original case number?
Yes. Finally, when they reached me.
And what happened?
New York.
I just want to keep going. What happened after that?
They sent me to do X-rays, and then they sent me to do another test, and they say, well, you only have something on the shoulder, no something big. And then my lawyer, I get a lawyer right after I get my...
All right, hold on. Here's what I need, Fernando. I want you to keep going. And what we're going to try to figure out is if you were treated fairly or not. Hold on.
And then Jay Brett said I could come back on the roof. I told him, Fernando, you need to... I can't believe the guy was talking about calling an ambulance. It must have been pretty serious. And then they're telling him to go back to work on Monday.
This report is sponsored by...
Doesn't that sound like there's a disconnect there? Yeah. I mean, if he was so bad that he needed an ambulance, he must have been hurt pretty good.
What a perfect spot to lead into.
Arapahoe Road in Peoria, so just watch for some slow traffic there. It's eastbound.
Lazera?
And it is backing up traffic
Fuller.
around Lima or
That's
so.
right.
C470 up to full speed, no problems on 6th Avenue through Lakewood. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mild and sunny today, a high of 50.
I used to try to pay for injuries out of pocket. No more.
Why would, I mean, with your workers?
Yeah. Like if they cut their hand or something. But
it's so expensive.
It's so expensive, and then you can't bring somebody to the medical facility without them hammering you as his workman's comp.
Extending exclusive rates to their Colorado neighbors to get your agreement with their Colorado appreciation offer. It's all here, just a short drive away. Visit Broadmoor.com today.
We were just talking about an injury at work. Well, John Fuller does personal injury law. Now, if it's a workers' comp claim, sometimes there's a third-party action you can take. And that's where John Fuller comes in. Or if you're in an auto accident, of course, there's usually, if there's someone else at fault, he can help you. But here's the short story. If you're injured at all, no matter where it is or when it is, especially traffic accidents, call John Fuller for free legal advice. He will give you free legal advice up front without any obligation to hire. If you do hire him, he takes a percentage fee basis. It's called contingency. 303-597-4500. 303-597-4500. Look for John Fuller on our referral list at referrallist.com. On the referral list, you'll also find someone who will do your countertops and give you a price on the phone. Do you know how difficult it is to get prices on the phone? Not from theartofgranite.com. He's proud of his prices. And they're easy to calculate the way he does business because it's wholesale on all materials, whether it be granite, any natural stone, or any man-made material. He does it all. Then tear out and haul away's free. Bathroom vanities free when you do the kitchen. And, of course, he can also just look at your plans or listen to the square footage and come really close to that price. So call him. And for a limited time, you get a free sink. 303-386-5919. That's 303-386-5919.
Your insurance company hired an adjuster. Shouldn't you? As the oldest, largest, and most respected public adjusting firm, Adjusters International ready to work with you.
Kids good?
Private Adjusters represents homeowners and business owners.
Your boys up in the mountains.
They were last weekend. Duke likes to stay down in Denver because he just likes to game. He loves to game. Henry, he's up there.
So they get on the computer and just play.
The 14-year-old does?
Yeah.
He loves the game. So when he goes, so we have a townhome in Orland Park. When we go up there, he loads up his screen and his Xbox and all that into a laundry basket. He brings his gaming setup up there.
So does he go outside and ski a little? bit. Does that matter? You do that all day.
I think he skied 3 or 4 times this year. But my 2 boys went out snowmobiling yesterday, which was good. I was going to go with them, but my shoulder is hurting me. So
So they went by themselves? They went by themselves?
Yeah.
How old is your other kid?
14 and 16.
Oh, so the 6 were they on one mobile too?
Two.
So you let the 14-year-old go on? It's safe enough?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the 16-year-old could lead tour groups.
Oh, okay. So the 14-year-old's okay to go by his brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's actually okay to go by himself.
You know, my kids they talk a lot to him. They text and Snapchat all the time. But and when we have Henry come over, we certainly don't mean to leave Duke out.
Duke is just gaming now.
Now, because I've asked Henry, I said, if Duke wants to come, it's cool. Also, I don't know if Duke has the interest that Henry has in stuff like aviation.
Duke is smart. I bet if Duke was working with you guys, doing some of the technical stuff, yeah, then he would like it.
I know Henry picked it up. Next thing I'm going to teach Henry is how to weld.
Duke would like that.
Duke would?
Yeah.
Teach him both?
Yeah.
And, yeah, but Henry's got the internal combustion.
Garrison driveway, patio, or walkway to help you earn your money?
I need to buy him a new keyboard because I know you lent him that keyboard. I need to get that back.
Which keyboard did I lend? Oh, that little wireless one?
Yeah.
I mean, those are cheap, Jay.
Yeah, I'll get him one.
I'm not hurting for it, but I use it for this, like when it's on the stand at home, so I don't have to look down.
Sure.
That's the only thing.
I got one for $39 at Best Buy.
That's right.
No, but the Apple ones are a little different.
Oh, but I'm saying, for $39, I got a wireless keyboard.
Yeah, let me see how much those are. Mac keyboards are so good.
You know what I just read? It said Spirit and Frontier are going to merge.
They already have, didn't they?
No.
6.6.
It says here that they're going to.
Who's buying those?
I didn't get the who's buying. I thought I saw the number.
Let me see.
Okay, so they have one as little as $28.
Just on Amazon or online?
I just put Bluetooth, Apple Bluetooth.
Okay.
Keyboard.
I'll get him one of I'll get him that and then get that back to you.
To get that higher rate, you typically need to be in the longer term. Stop by any Belco branch, call 1-800-BELCO-1, or visit belco.org/CD to open a CD.
And the actual Apple brand
membership is required. Conditions and
is
restrictions
64.
apply. Insured by NCUA. Belco, banking for everyone.
Do you think that makes a difference?
No. They're all made by little Chinese children. Hello, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. Frank Duran, the real estate man. He'll give you free market valuations of your home. All you have to do is ask him. It's complimentary, and there's a reason for it. He wants to learn about the market and help you out. And then if you ever list, you might use him, but there's no obligation. But a good market valuation is good to decide if you want to fix up or sell or whatever. Call for it, 303-920-1622, frankduran, Now, Fernando said he was injured. He said he was injured at work. He went to the hospital or to Denver Health. They treated him, sent him back. They didn't work. It took a week or a month, to open up a workers' comp. But he was released to go back to work. Then his back and neck started hurting, and he was put on light duty. Then 1 week later, he had to go back to where? To Denver Health?
No. Right after my lawyer sent in a letter to the company, knowing that he was representing me, they sent me to Health Images, and they do X-rays on my back, CT scan, and that's it. They say I have something on the shoulder, and then I have a T8, T9.
All right, so rather than give us the medical thing, what what is going on now? What caused you to call us?
I asked my lawyer, but he couldn't answer me. I got the final admission of liability letter. And
Now, what was that final letter? What did that letter say?
Well, they say, my lawyer say they didn't include my back on it or my neck on. They only put my shoulder. I sent to you on an email.
All right, so basically, here's the thing. They gave you a letter of maximum medical improvement, right? They said you're cool.
That's correct.
And your attorney said, no way are you cool. You're not ready.
That was in December when they sent me the maximum.
I get it,
release.
medical improvement. So where is it right now? Is your attorney going to take it a step higher?
That's where we need to talk about a little bit more further if we're going to reject the letter from
yeah, well, you need to. If you're not at maximum medical improvement, and if your attorney and doctor feel you need more treatment, you have to fight for more treatment. Hold on, though, and we're going to give you the steps. Try to get a hold of Cliff Enton Law. We love Cliff. He handles workers' comp. If you ever have a problem, try to call him. But hold on, and we'll get him on the air for you. All right? Jay, you have a problem or a question with Colorado Medicaid, sir? What's going on?
Just a generic question I cannot seem to Google the answer to, and certainly can't get a push 1, 2, or 3 for questions. But here's the question. If you have had no income and you get on SNAP and you get on Medicaid, the Colorado
by the way, Medicaid is not just for people with no income anymore. It's low income, under a certain amount. But go ahead.
Okay, so you finally find a job and you're working. Do you have to make up to the amount that you would normally be considered still eligible for Medicaid?
I don't understand what you're asking now. I don't understand exactly. Go ahead. Give me the actual scenario.
Yeah, the actual scenarios. Getting the benefits, finally found work. Do I get to make enough money to bridge the gap between poverty level and finally made some more and have my Medicaid up until then, or is it
here's how it works. You get Medicaid until you don't. You get Medicaid until you make more than the allowable amount.
Yeah, but literally made that much, or they say you're going to make $30,000 this year. So
no, when you make good question. Like if you have a job making it, or did you actually? Good question, actually. Hold on. Integra can answer that for us. Integra Insurance Group. Hold on. Wow, we are getting our experts on to answer this stuff. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Jay, when an employee does a workers' comp claim and they're sent back to work, what's called maximum medical improvement. And I'm not saying you do this, but I want to ask you this. If under the maximum medical improvement they have to be on light duty or lighter duty and you don't have a place for them, are you obligated to keep them?
No, you're not. And normally what workman's comp does is they start you off at that light duty level first. And maybe I can employ this guy for another 6 months doing light duty, and then he reaches that MMA, that maximum.
And if he can't go back to what he was doing, you don't have to keep him.
That's correct. But the goal and the hope is that he will be able to go back to what he was doing before. And one of the keys to this is getting him back at the workplace. Because if a guy is sitting there, if he's working and being part of the team, I think he's going to get better, and so does workman's comp.
You're in a high-risk category, aren't you?
Yeah, roofing's one of the highest.
So you pay a good premium.
Yes,
it's
very high.
Have you ever had a case in all your years, and I know this doesn't have much to do with roofing, but you're pretty smart on this stuff. Have you ever had a case where a guy filed for workers' comp, but there was a third-party claim against maybe the truck driver who backed up too close and caused the bundle to fall on him, or a ladder manufacturer or anything? Have you ever heard of those?
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, and we've never been involved in a third-party claim before. I have had guys that have scammed where they've been hurt, and then they try to milk it for as long as they can.
All right, we're going to talk to Integra Insurance about that very interesting question regarding Medicaid. When you're on Medicaid and you get a job and your income is projected to be beyond the Medicaid limit, do you get to keep Medicaid until you actually make that amount? What a good question coming up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Walgreens.
Traffic up and down I-25
is not going to give you any headaches right now. Things look pretty good between E470, C470, and I-70. And if you're traveling further north up into the Thornton area, no problems there. Boulder Turnpike checking clear. I-270.
I never knew that was Jared's last name.
Right now, kind of
What, Quaz?
So enjoy that drive and no problems on I-70.
So Mark was really pissed. Did his laptop go out, you think? Uh-huh.
And then a repeat in store.
Is that why you left? Is his laptop went out?
He's going to buy a new one. He went probably to one of my
Well,
currently,
I didn't know if he got mad and left or what. How did the laptop just go bad?
I don't know. I mean, it's not
stop working. Tom used to kill electronic stuff all the time. Really? Well, no, but Tom doesn't know what he's doing. Mark still does.
Oh, I still do. Hold on, guys. I got spots.
And see how much you could save.
Say.
O'Brien Legal Services. Oh, we love having Brad O'Brien on staff. O'Brien Legal Services, OLSlaw.com, 720-370-7388. Brad O'Brien is our real estate expert. You know, when Deputy Doc, when he did his condo, Doc, I'm lying or I'm dying, you had Brad go over the docs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he had him go over the docs. Why? Because he says, you know what? I need someone on my side. You do too. No matter what you're doing in real estate, he has flat rate pricing. It's very easy. Call him first. Whatever real estate you're doing, or an easement agreement, or maybe some eminent domain issue, 730-370-7388, 720-370-7388, OLSlaw.com. You've heard me talk about core scans, and I'm telling you, you need to do it. I'm going to get Jay to do it. Corescans.com. What is it? It's an ultrasound imagery of your carotid, which is an indicator of your cardiovascular system. We have documented cases where lives were saved by finding soft plaque, not calcium scores. Soft plaque is a direct indicator of heart disease and risk of stroke. And now, not only do they do this at the low price of $189, they have other scans that can show the development in early stages of aneurysms. Core, C-O-R, no E, corescans.com, 720-740-2663. By the way, there are treatments covered by insurance if you have a risk and a problem that can stop, reverse it. Corescans.com, that is 720-740-2663.
Hi, I'm Dr. Allen with Restore Osteo Colorado.
2663?
Yeah. No, you ought to do it.
I will.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so amazing. You know, it pissed me off a little because I do so much for my health and I have soft plaque.
Like a couple of things. Claus is short for like Krasinski or something. He just prefers it to go out as well. Mark said he's headed to Micro Center. If it's just a plug-in issue, he's coming right back. He needs a new PC.
This is a critical message for folks.
So he dropped it last week. I don't know. Maybe that's the problem.
Did he throw it?
No, we didn't.
When you say Tom, there's always more to the story.
Hey, how much time?
You need Matt with Paragon Services.
Hey, may I ask, do you want anything? I have ghetto juice or Diet Coke.
Okay, I've got this water.
Never touch his son.
So you know how much the winning players get from the Super Bowl? The minimum amount, like if you're just sitting on the bench or something like that. Well, all players get the same. Oh, I didn't know that. If you're on the team, you get. I'm going to say 300 each. What do you think?
Well,
how much does each player on the winning Super Bowl team get?
on the winning, just that number.
Yeah, every player on the, if they win the Super Bowl,
before I added what I did.
If they're on the Super Bowl team, they get X number of dollars if they win the Super Bowl.
$350.
How much?
$350.
How about $150? That seems cheap. $150, and the losers only get $75.
But that's before they get their bonuses for doing this and doing that.
Well, no, but this is what the league gives the winning player.
Okay.
Seems chintzy to me.
So the league is giving that to him.
Well, whoever it is,
not the team.
Right. Yeah, the league is giving it to them for being the winning.
I'm thinking the team gives them something.
The team there may be a clause in their contract.
Yeah.
But the league gives them only $150,000.
It's like a lot of these QBs get paid what, like $1 million or $2 million a game?
Oh yeah. Well, you know, like the quarterbacks are making 30, 40 million a year.
Yeah.
So what? No, they're making multi-millions if you're an NFL starting quarterback, and they only get $150,000 from the league for winning the Super Bowl.
But he's saying the league pays him that.
The league pays them that much. Now, they may have clauses in their contract. But
does each player get 150?
Yes. If you're on the team, that's how much you get.
From the league.
From the league.
Plus the ring.
Right.
The ring comes from
well,
the
the
league
ring,
also.
the ring is from the owner.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a tradition.
The first roof I sold, I was with a buddy of mine, and he knew a lot about football. And he saw the guy's Super Bowl ring on his finger. And he's like, and he said that's a Super Bowl ring, right? And the guy said, yeah, and he showed it to him. And it was from, I forget. I forget what year, but he said he's with Minnesota. And my buddy said, you were one of the Purple People Eaters? He's like, yeah, really? Yeah, he's one of the defensive guys. And he sold the roof because of that.
You know what the minimum salary is in the NFL? There are people making
$400,000.
The minimum?
No, it's for 21. It's by 22. It's $705.
Wow.
That's minimum. They can't pay you less than that, no matter what position you're in. So everybody on that field is making at least $700.
Wow. Well, they deserve it. You know, the NFL brings
but
so
listen,
much
bro,
money.
listen. They don't have a long playing.
Right.
No, 10 years is average, I think.
Probably. Oh, not for running backs. It's 5.
No. Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, let's go to Jared really quickly here. Jared, okay, you're with Integra Insurance. You guys do health insurance, do a great job. You know a lot about Medicaid. So if Jay is on Medicaid and he just gets a job and the job is projected or offered at $30,000 a year, at what point does he not become eligible for Medicaid? Does he wait until he makes that much, or the mere fact that he's projected to make that much?
So Medicaid actually works a little different than, say, the marketplace. Medicaid is more month to month, so it's going to be his current amount. So as soon as he starts making a paycheck, he's going to be not eligible for Medicaid.
Well, you mean if the paycheck is more than the minimum?
Right. It's about $1,400. So if it's over $1,400 a month, he's going to be kicked off. Now, however, they're not just going to kick him off right away. He reports the income, and then Medicaid comes back and tells him the date that he's going to lose it. So they're going to give him time. They're not just going to cut him off straight there.
Do you have any question, Jay, on that?
Yes. Is $1,400 a month for an individual or a couple? I happen to be married.
So $1,400 is for an individual, and I'm by the way, I'm just estimating because it's a little different.
So what if, hold on, can he be on it if his spouse makes money?
No, it's based off of family tax household.
Okay.
Yeah, which is been zero up until recently, but it's going to change. So roughly for a couple, how much would you have to make per month to get booted?
So it's about $23,000 a year. Let me look it up.
We got it. So let's say $2,000 a month, a little less than $2,000 a month.
Right.
Yeah, it's a great, close enough guideline there.
All right. Well, thank you. I mean, if you have any questions, listen. Integra Insurance is pretty good at anything you need. Like, for example, if you do need to find a policy, they can help you because they can look at your situation and probably get you maximum tax benefits.
Cool. Integra.
Integra. I'll give you the phone number. They're really good people. I mean, really good people. And you don't pay, people ought to think, oh, I'm paying extra because I'm going through a broker. No, you're actually paying less, in my opinion, because they find you the best plans. And you won't pay, it's not like they refund you or sell it cheaper if you go direct. It's 303-466-5500. 303-466-5500. Okay, so let's keep going. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Cassandra has a problem with a contractor or more than one contractor. Cassandra, what's going on?
Hi, thank you for taking some time to talk to me today.
Yeah.
We had one contractor. So my mother-in-law, she was on 7 News for being attacked at the 7-Eleven. She got brutally beaten. So she got a settlement from that, and she invested in our home here.
So your mother-in-law gave you money to fix up your house?
So we live we're a family here.
Oh, I got it.
It's gonna be a mom, a dad, and her kids, and then me and my husband and my children.
Got it.
So we're just like one big family here.
Right.
So she got that money from the guy attacking her at 7-Eleven. And she gave it to this guy named Alvaro.
How much did she give him?
So he quoted her about $33,000. So he said he wanted half of the payment. So he took $15,000 from her.
Well, why did she trust him?
Well, because they signed a contract and stuff like that, and we didn't know that's not how that works.
Well, you shouldn't pay a lot of money like that up front at all. So what happened? When was this money paid?
It was paid about maybe a year and a half ago.
Oh, my goodness, that long ago.
Yeah, so she's fighting it in court right now. So I ended up, my husband and I...
Well, hold on. Let me ask a question before we go too far.
Okay.
What's the name of the contractor she gave it to?
To be honest with you, I don't have that information. While I was on hold, I was trying to provide it for you.
Okay, so you said his first name, though, or his second name, you know?
Yes, his first name was Alvaro. I guess he was an immigrant, so immigration has him right now.
Okay, so did he do any work at all after getting that money?
No, he just completely just took it all.
And you say ICE has him. Did they send him back, or where is he?
He's facing charges now, and my mother-in-law, she bought a lawyer, paid for a lawyer, and they're helping us through the process with him now.
Okay, and what are you suing him for? The money?
Just for the money back. We just need that money back so we could try to build again.
Okay, so now what? Where do you need our help?
Your help, because I just paid another guy. It's called Big Dog Construction. And I specifically, because we have chickens here, my mother-in-law, she built a chicken house. Well, long story short, the city has been coming over, giving us a little bit of a hard time about the code. So me and my husband paid this Big Dog Construction, and I made sure that...
Wait a minute. Did you pay them up front, too?
No, we waited till the job was done.
Oh, okay. Hold on. We'll come right back to you, Cassandra. Don't hang up. We got you covered. Let's see what we can do. I'm Tom Martino.
Stick around.
So what was your
What's
problem?
going on, Marky? My laptop was fucked up, but it was just a charger. I just bought a new charger.
How do you? Oh, good.
I brought it right up to their micro center. It's got a little repair desk. I was like, "Can you tell if this works?" And he fucking figured it out in 10 seconds.
Did you meter the charger?
No, he had another one and just plugged it into the laptop and it worked fine.
Okay, so you died charge.
So then the question is,
Be just a cord with the.
who can fix my old one?
Just a cord
So I
with
have
the
two.
You can't fix a charger. Yeah, it's that winding inside.
They're fucking trash, aren't they?
So it's just a cord with a little box on
It freaked me out, guys, because I dropped it.
Oh, we heard after you left it.
I thought I'm
But I
speculating.
dropped it weeks ago.
I'm speculating there was more to that story. Did you really just drop it?
I think you
Like
threw
2
it.
weeks ago.
You probably threw it to one of your kids.
Yeah. No, I forgot this. I pulled a Martino. I forgot to zip up my bag and it fell off.
So Tom,
He got up not long ago, Jay.
Miles?
Tom grabbed his phone, and threw it in the trash and started walking out.
So Tom, why did Mr. Did you start videoing him with all that detail about what happened?
And then he's like, "Where's my phone?" I was over here with.
Amen. MHOA Michael is the only adult toy store.
No, Costco.
That's for adult hiking.
I can't go through Costco without seeing something that I had to have.
Oh, of course.
It's unbelievable.
Both of my boys built computers, and I had to go pick somebody up at the airport one time when they were building them. I just dropped them off at Micro Center and headed to the airport, and then picked them up like 2 hours.
They still weren't ready to leave.
And yeah, and they're still.
Man, I am so relieved. I did not want to buy a new laptop.
Have you seen these gaming computers where they put plexiglass on the side?
This guy was in front of me and
disco lights inside.
His screen cracked like up here on his laptop. And it was an Asus, just because I heard him
Was
talking.
it just a plug-in?
Yeah.
That's it? You just needed a new plug-in and that was it?
That was it.
How much was the plug-in? Was it expensive?
They're like $40 bucks, $49 actually. It worked out good. So he's like, okay, let's do it. They quoted him like, it was like $200, which is a lot cheaper than back in the day. So I was impressed by that. But then he goes, well, it's going to take about, 45 to 60 days to get it in. And the guy was like, oh, man. He goes, yeah, getting parts for any Asus right now is super hard. So.
Frontier and Spirit say the new company would be able to offer budget travelers options to visit more destinations. A recent Wall Street Journal article put Frontier and Spirit near the bottom of the list of airline customer satisfaction in 2021.
The two worst are merging.
Did they say they're merging?
Yes.
Who?
Spirit and Frontier.
They're merging?
Yeah.
Holy fuck, I got a shitload of stock. I wonder what that means for me.
For which one?
For Frontier.
Why the fuck did you buy
Because it was down to fucking nothing, and every time I go, I never have any problems.
Frontier stocks can get 51.5% of the merger, and
so what does that mean for my stock?
I don't know. Probably go up.
Yeah, I'm glad I go up. I bought it just in retirement funds too, across the board. SEP and the
sounds a
IRA.
lot to me like dilution, but 51% of a merger.
I don't know. It was up. It was up like Friday, and I didn't know why. I didn't even look into it. I didn't even it wasn't up to where it was like, okay, what's going on? But it was up, and everything else.
See what it is today.
I am right now.
That means all the insiders.
When did they announce it?
I just saw it on my news. I check my news every morning. My news.
And actually, the worst right now is not either of those two. The absolute worst right now is JetBlue.
9% up today.
What? Which one?
Hamlin says, which one, Jack?
Isn't it ULCC? What is it? What the fuck is the name of it? Let me see. It must be ULCC. Let me see. I don't know what stock it is. Frontier stock. The fuck is the damn symbol? FYBR. What the fuck is ULCC I own? That must be a cruise ship I bought. What is ULCC?
Well, that was a great investment.
Frontier Holding Group. Yeah, it is Frontier. ULCC is Frontier. It is 2.5% today, or 2.25%. But over the last 5 days, it's actually down.
3%. Yeah, we got 2.5, Jack.
What the fuck is I'll tell you the one that's surprisingly doing good is my cruise ship.
Really? Even with all the COVID
I
stuff?
can't fucking believe cruise ships. I would never go on those germ buckets, ever.
Oh, I would. I have got no problem with them.
You would go on a cruise?
A good cruise.
Yeah, but did you read the horror stories about what happens if you get quarantined.
Yeah,
How about the horror story where they took the entire fucking ship the other day? They owed so much in fuel, I forget what line it was.
Yeah, they wouldn't let it go to Miami, they sent it to Barbados.
And then they fucking grabbed it over there.
Yeah,
And the people were trapped.
They owed millions of dollars in fuel.
But what happened to the
They
passengers?
shuttled everybody from Barbados over to Miami.
They went to dock there and they're like, yeah, come on in because you ain't fucking leaving till you're
They
paying your
seized
bill.
the boat.
So they didn't park there because that was going to happen. They went to Barbados, and then I think they,
You know what? I think
they originally got it.
I don't know if they seized the boat, actually. I think they just went to Barbados to avoid U.S.
No, something, I think if it's the same cruise ship,
Yeah,
it could be a different one.
This has got to be the
I
same
did
deal.
click on
They,
T, but the ultimate question
they
is,
ended
they
up
offered
doing
him a
something.
settlement, how come it has to be in payments?
I
How
thought
come
they
he
just went to
can't take a lump
Barbados and then
sum?
everybody get off.
That's his real question.
And then headed back to Panama.
Cruise ship that owed gas money. You complain about filling up your helicopter. Go fill up a fucking cruise ship. Oh, that'll be 1.2 million.
Is it diesel?
I don't know what they run on.
Probably. I'm not positive.
A cruise ship that's docked at Bahama Port, headed to Miami, changed course to the Bahamas after a judge issued an
I
arrest
could damn
warrant
near
for the
retire
ship.
if oil prices stayed where they are.
You know what's funny about that? Crystal's a pretty high-end cruise.
You don't want to retire. Stay home
Headed to
every day.
Miami. 1.2 million bucks.
But the ship didn't get seized, did it?
I don't know. I'm trying to
think
figure
so.
out ultimately what happened.
Can they put me out to pasture? Be a stud. Racing car.
You're a little past that point, I
That
think.
depends on how your dinner works.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome. Yeah, we have Jay Bretz here from Excel Roofing. We can talk business and roofing and any questions you might have on that. And we're going to talk about all the scams as well. We also are talking workers' comp. Fernando had a question. We got one of our experts on. This is Cliff Fenton coming up in a few minutes, and he will be talking about it. The main question, well, one of the main questions is, can you dispute maximum medical improvement? And then how can you take your settlement? Can they make you take payments, or can you get a lump sum? Right now, Kathy. Kathy, welcome to the show. What's going on, Kathy?
Hi, Tom. I've been thinking about getting solar. I bought a new home last February, a brand new build. And we're just talking about getting solar, but we're not sure what the best situation is to be versus lease versus own. I'm kind of getting...
Okay. Here's how leases work.
Okay.
Leases work usually, now I'm going to say usually, they take the tax benefits and everything, and they lease you the system in one, and the way they do it is usually per kilowatt hour, and they charge you per kilowatt hour per month. So you're paying an electric bill, but you're paying it to the solar company, not to the electric company. However, if you go over that, or if your system can't produce what you're doing, then you have to also buy from the electric company. If you produce more, then the electric company buys back and you do net metering. But no matter what, you're going to pay for what you actually use to the solar company, okay? And it usually turns out to be cheaper than your electric bill. That's how most leases are working. There are a few leases where you literally lease the equipment and then you simply take all the power, but I don't like those. But if you get a lease, some of the complications, some of the benefits are they're not going to let that equipment go in disrepair. They're going to fix it. And they're going to keep it fixed for the entire term of the lease. The disadvantage is when you sell your house. If you do not get people to take over that lease, and it's not always a good thing. People sometimes just don't want the complication. If they don't take over that lease, you have to buy it out. Now, presumably, you're going to be making enough on your house you don't care, that you'll build it in and you'll pay it off. And then it becomes an attractive asset to people buying your house, because they don't have to do any messy lease. When you buy it, it's simply that. You're buying it. You get all the tax benefits and you pay for the system. And if it makes enough power, you use it. If it doesn't make enough power, you buy the rest from the electric company. And the other one is this. If it overproduces, you get to either do it in a battery or sell it back. If you sell it back, you are reimbursed, and then you're billed on net metering, meaning, they just do a calculation. What I'm getting at is it's really a matter of choice and a matter of deals. Many times with a lease, companies charge more for the system because they figure if you figured out 20 years of electric bills, you're paying way more for that system than you would if you bought it. However, some people don't care because it's still cheaper than paying their electric bill. So it's a matter of choice. It's all in the dollars. I like companies that do both so you can compare them.
Okay.
What are you being offered right now?
Well, I've talked to a couple. I did talk to Genesis this week.
And what did they offer?
They offered, hold on. I have it written down. Give me a second.
Tom, if it was your house, what would you do?
I think, that's hard to say. It really is. I think I'd probably lease it because I want them to service it. Service is tough in the solar business right now. So I think I would lease it because they have a vested interest in keeping it in top-notch shape. Otherwise, I don't pay them. If the lease would have to include maintenance and everything. So it's like if it's a 20-year lease or a 10-year lease, it's like getting 10-year warranty. If that's the way it's written, I would probably do that with the hopes that when I sell, I'm making enough profit on the house that I don't mind buying it out, providing the buyout is not ridiculous. So I'd probably lease. Kathy, what is Genesis offering?
The finance is 1.9. My 20% tax rebate would be like $5,100.
Oh, so you would buy that's buying the system.
Right.
Okay. And how much would your payment be?
$70.
And for how long?
20 years.
Okay. And how much of your electric is it projected to produce?
How many kilowatts?
Is it projected to be 100% of your electric bill?
116.
They're saying you're producing 115% of your electric usage?
No, they're saying that they would put enough solar panels on the house to produce 16% more of what our average.
Well, that's good. That's what I'm saying. 115 or 116 of your usage.
Yes.
Well, that's good.
Sorry.
That's a really good deal.
And don't they also have like a 20-year bumper-to-bumper warranty?
Yes.
Yeah, hey, I like that. I like it. But, compare it now. Compare it in writing to another company. And by the way, just as important as the deal is the strength of the company behind it. Look at the company behind Genesis. I believe they have a major company.
Billion. And
then look at the whatever other. Who else did you get it from? A bid.
Power Solar, which is POWUR Solar. They're pretty similar. We kind of went with which salesperson we liked more.
Who did you like more?
Genesis.
Okay. That's good feedback for Mark Szymanski at Genesis Solar. It really is. I like hearing this. Even if it was negative, I like hearing it.
You were saying if it was your own house,
I would lease it.
You would lease it, but if you get a 20-year warranty.
I'm saying if you compare everything the way they normally do a sale, but this one with a 20-year guarantee, 115% production based on my average, I see you paying $70. What's your normal electric bill?
It's between 60 and 120.
Okay, so you're not going to be paying more than you're paying now. I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, if you're most likely going to be paying less, and in years to come, electric's not going down in cost.
Right. That's our fear. Yeah.
And what do you?
And with
go ahead.
I'm sorry. With the lease, if those prices of electricity go up, we would still have to pay that increase. Where with a purchase, we do not. Correct?
Hold on. No. With a lease, they usually have they have a fixed per kilowatt price with a lease, usually. In fact, I wouldn't sign one unless it had that. No, with a good lease, they're going to set a price today on a kilowatt hour, and it should be cheaper today than buying it from the electric company is today. So it should be better.
And that Genesis one, if it doesn't produce as much as they said right there, they're going to write you a check for what it should have done.
Oh, that's the other one. I forgot about their power guarantee. So I think what I would do is this. I would evaluate each one on its merits. But the answer is, if you have a good purchase contract or a good lease contract, it's really up to you. It really is. I mean, by the way, we, of course, endorse Genesis. But I promise you, that's not making me prejudiced here. I'm telling you what I would do. And that I would
What's done more to improve overall health and wellness? Modern medicine or
David Ellis is back.
It's both. But considering that bathing went mainly in the 1800s and brushing your teeth in the 1900s,
I got to go through my list with are you guys running? Oh, I got it. Are you rushing off today, you guys?
Trapping dirt and germs. The first line of
definitely.
Oh, you are. Bacteria and viruses.
She's getting her hair done right after.
But how do you clean your nose?
Where does she go?
I have no Navage isn't a medicine.
I think actually in Elizabeth.
Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril to the very back of the nose where germs can get trapped and multiply. And then out the other.
Although I thought she said Highlands Ranch, so I don't know.
So you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier. Join over 2 million others and find out for yourself how refreshing and easy.
I didn't bring my stuff today.
We
should really sit down one day for like half an hour, 45 minutes after the show.
For what?
I'll show you guys what my internal numbers are.
Let's talk about public adjusters. Right now, more than ever, you need an adjuster on your side. If you've been involved in the fires and the fringe damage or direct, complete damage, the fringe damage, smoke, soot, ash from the Marshall fires can go miles and miles and have lasting effects. Also, you could be the victim of frozen pipes or something like that. Jay Bretz is here today as our guest with Excel Roofing, and he'll tell you that he probably sees hundreds of claims where insurance companies are not treating people fairly. The idea of a public adjuster is they work for you. Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado are a team that I fully endorse. Joel and his team will take good care of you. Their insurance experts will make sure that you get everything that's owed for the damage to your home or business from fire, water, wind, hail, or freeze. You should consult with them. And they can help you get the most for your claim, and they take a small percentage. 720-715-0000. 720-715-0000. Look them up, Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado.com. Hey, some people have a bunch of old silver and gold sitting in a drawer, and they don't know what to do with it. It might be a tangled mess, mismatched earrings, old coin collections, whatever it is. DavidEllisJewelry.com you can trust. Now, I've known David for years, I think more than 30 years. And he's been in Denver like 40. 303-322-8779. 3rd and Clayton. David Ellis Jewelry will write you a check on the spot. He's honest. He's trusted. DavidEllisJewelry.com. 3rd and Clayton. 303-322-8779. Hey, I use these people every month. Rocky Mountain IV Medics. HydrationTherapy.com. And you should too. By the way, you can use hydration therapy for almost anything. It's one of the most common therapies there are when it comes to health, whether it's dehydration, vitamin deficiencies. It's even given for shock. It's given for trauma, when you're sick, when you have the flu, when you have COVID, whatever it is. Hydration therapy is the #1 therapy, common to almost anything, and you can have it in your home for the asking. Whatever it is you need it for, give them a call. They'll be there. Call or text 720-987-2155, 720-987-2155, RockyMountainIVMedics.com.
Inflation just broke a nearly
What's the
40.
big
Mark,
panic?
there's no panic.
Oh, okay. I thought.
Are we back on KRDO? Tim wanted to know. We are?
Yep.
Okay.
What did that mean back on? The tie line. Oh, today.
With trained special radical far left agenda, you can protect what you've earned by converting your IRA or 401k into gold with Birch Gold Group. Hi, this is Stephen K. Bennett, and I'm one of Birch Gold's many happy customers. To learn how to set up your own gold IRA, get a free 20-page info kit.
Well, you know what NFTs are?
Yes.
Aren't they ridiculous?
I don't know, Doc, because I'm very naive. I don't understand, man. But I can tell you this: if you can buy some digital fucking artwork and resell it,
That's all it is. It's
God
just
bless
it's a Ponzi.
you. I don't know, man.
Now somebody wants to set up an NFT where you can own a color.
I like colors. You know, a fucking NFT. I want red. I would never touch an NFT.
No, it's crazy.
You're buying nothing.
Exactly. You're buying something that you think other people are going to want.
I bet it's not like that, though. I bet you'd have to buy like black 047 ABF7. I bet there's 8 million blacks.
10 million. There are 10 million colors.
10. There you go, right there. So when you buy your color, you don't own shit. You own. Oh my God! You own 1/1,000,000th of a red.
Exactly.
Of the spectrum. And then you only own it inside whatever you're dealing with.
Exactly. That was where I was headed. It's only there.
It's only there. Someone else owns it over on
like,
Facebook.
It's like registering a star.
Well, they
hey, those are real.
They
That's what I'm getting you for Christmas.
Got my name on it.
UPS was able to UPS was able to pack the color brown only if it was another delivery service.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if you have
That makes sense.
if you have a sub shop and you put Mark's subs, you can use that brown. But if you have Mark's delivery service, you can't.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. We have Cliff Fenton, attorney at law. He's a personal injury expert, also an expert with workers' comp. We use him for a lot. And we have a couple questions here about Fernando's case, Cliff. To make a really long story short, if Fernando, a couple questions. The very first one, which applies to a lot of people, and we hear this a lot. They tell you you're at maximum medical improvement. You look at the report, and it doesn't even mention some of the ailments you told them about. Can you appeal that?
Yes, Tom. So when you get a report placing you at MMI and giving you an impairment rating or not, then they file a final admission of liability, generally speaking. If they're assuming that they being the insurance company, you then have a right to object to that final admission of liability. You have a right to object to that finding of MMI. You have a right to object to that impairment rating by going to what's called a division independent medical examination. They call it a DIME. And under that process, another doctor takes a look at the treating doctor's report and can either raise the rating, lower the rating, can disagree with MMI. And that's a very tricky process, though, and it's generally, I think, really important to get some expert help on that because you don't know what doctors are out there and who they're going to try to pick for that division IME and who you should strike.
Okay, now, on another topic then, Fernando, as I understand it, you did appeal it and they offered you a settlement. Is that right?
No, we haven't appealed at all. We just received that one Friday.
But were you offered a settlement?
I don't know yet. I think we need to.
All right, so I guess, Suzanne, you said that he had a question about how to take a settlement.
Well, he was asking about a lump sum compared to payments biweekly.
Why were you asking that, Fernando?
My lawyer told me or mentioned me that if we accept the amount of money that they are offering the insurance, it will be like biweekly payment. Not a full amount to me. I think I understand
All right, what is the question, Cliff? What is the answer to?
Well, I mean, I think what you did is you probably received a final admission of liability. A final admission of liability is not really a settlement. It's an admission of benefits. You probably got a permanent partial disability award, and let's say that award just hypothetically is worth $20,000. You can either get it in a lump sum or they can pay it out every 2 weeks. The vast majority of people get it in a lump sum, but statutorily then the insurance company is entitled to a small discount because you're receiving it all at one time. That's not a settlement.
Okay, and that's okay, I get it. And that's for final admission.
Right, and then the other question then is, does the case have additional value in settlements over and above the final admission of liability?
And what would other things be, other factors that would raise the price?
Well, if the admitted impairment rating is too low or incorrect, if it does not include body parts that you feel should have been injured or not injured but should have been included, then when you go for a division independent medical exam, you can add those body parts on. If, let's say, that they have an incorrect average weekly wage, because the formula that's used to determine the value of a permanent impairment rating, part of that formula is what you're getting in comp benefits. And 9 times out of 10, that amount is incorrect, needs to be challenged because they're not including things that will raise that up to give you more money. Another factor may be, are they giving you continuing maintenance medications or not, called Grover Medicals? So lots of factors of why you may want to object to the FA. But the nice thing is you can still get the first $10,000 in a lump sum without waiving your right to contest the FA. You have to be very careful in that if you agree to receive more than $10,000 in a lump sum, you could be waiving your rights to fight the final admission.
So, Fernando, do you have any other specific questions on this?
No, that was my only question. How can I get a full amount instead of payments? I didn't want to get $800 payments every 2 weeks. It doesn't make any sense to me to be waiting for the full amount. And the discount's really and the lawyer small. is going to get, he is going to get his 20-30%, whatever he's going to get on one. So it doesn't seem fair to me, you know?
As Cliff Fenton said, you too can get a lump sum, right, Cliff?
Absolutely. You can get a lump sum, and generally most people do that because the discount, for instance, on $10,000 is maybe like $500 or $600, and most people would rather most of it. And, you know, it's set by statute.
I want to ask you something, Cliff. If there is gross negligence on an employer's part where he knows this guy's hurting but still makes him work and says if you don't work you're going to be fired, and then the guy ends up with way more injury, that is still protected under the comp laws where he can't go beyond the comp laws to sue that guy, right?
No, you can't sue the employer in tort. Could be an OSHA violation.
Yeah,
but
right? You can't you can't get a third party or an additional claim from your employer.
You know, it becomes a matter of whether you have. So it's yes and no. If you can show bad faith, which is a little bit different.
Give me an example of bad faith.
Bad faith will be, you know that it's a compensable claim, but you deny it. You give the person totally inadequate medical care or refuse to give medical care. In other words, in work comp, the injured worker is actually considered, it's a first-party case, meaning that the insurance company and the employer owes a duty of good faith.
Okay.
In other words, it's not like It'd be like if it was an auto accident and it's your own insurance company. They're your insurance company. So if they are guilty of bad faith, in handling the claim. In other words, sort of almost intentionally trying to screw you over.
Then you could get a bad faith claim and punitive damages?
You could get a bad faith claim and punitive damages.
Okay.
Now, that's not under the work comp system, though. That is a district court action, and it's a completely different area of the law than workers' comp.
No, I understand that. Well, thank you for shedding light on that. Cliff Fenton, attorney at law. You can find him at referralist.com, 303-333-2222. That's 333-2222.
Denver, 630 KL, an iHeartRadio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by AAA Colorado Insurance.
Driving on I-25 overall is looking good. No problems through downtown.
Did anyone hear Joe Rogan at all? And what he said? And when he said it?
I heard the video like a day or two after the controversy began. He did a YouTube rebuttal. And some of the stuff he said was, what we're talking about now, if we had said it a year ago, it would have been heresy. And it's proven to be true today. Like that you can still get COVID even though you've had the vaccinations. If you had said that a year ago.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about COVID, but something he used the N-word. That was a while ago, not recently. That's the later thing. That's been over time. If he does that.
And it's not like, you shouldn't use it, but.
Join at AAA.com.
Let's talk real estate right now. First of all,
free market valuations of your home from Frank Duran, the realestateman.com. 303-920-1622. You want to know what your house will sell for? Ask Frank. He'll tell you based on his vast experience over 27 years. And he can actually do the comps, the quotes, the measurements, all of it. Now, here's the good part. It's not an appraisal. It's actually more accurate because he's basing it on what the market will bring. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622, a free market valuation of your home. Now, let's say based on that market valuation, you say, I want to stay put, I want to fix up, or I want to sell and I want to move on. Whatever it is, you'll need Ideal Home Loans, right? Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan, whether it's a fix-up loan where you pull cash out, fix up the house, or it's a home to buy. Whichever it is, you get a 2-year guarantee that if rates go down, you get the interest rate guarantee. So if rates go down, they'll refinance you free of charge. Think about that. They also let you pick your own term. You don't have to have 15 or 30. You can pick whatever term you want. IdealHomeLoans.com for your next ideal home loan. First they listen, then they lend. What does that mean? That means not only do you pick your term and an interest rate guarantee, they have a pre-approval if you're out shopping, which is like a cash deal. You're already approved. You're just waiting to find the house. So your offer is super strong. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. Welcome.
It's beautiful. Why, is that a real Picasso?
No, don't touch it.
It's covering a hole in the drywall.
Yeah, my plumber repiped the house. I had leaks and low water pressure, but he doesn't fix drywall.
And behind the stand,
No, don't touch
another hole.
Yeah.
Why didn't you call Repipe Specialist?
Repipe what?
Repipe Specialist. They can repipe your whole house in 1 or 2 days, so no more leaks or low water pressure. And then they'll offer to fix the hole so it's ready to paint.
Ooh.
And for about half the price of a plumber.
Got leaks or low water pressure? Call Repipe Specialists. They'll repipe your whole house in 1 or 2 days with PEX tubing and then offer the option to complete the job by repairing the drywall.
Oh, frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ought to cover that hole with a Monet.
Call 303-228-2910 for a free in-home estimate and pay nothing down with no payments or interest for a year. That's 303-228-2910. Call today. 303-228-2910.
Why, are the stocks all down?
No, I make massive payments to this one account. And then when the invoices become available, I go
go in and I apply the payments because that's where I double check my invoicing. And someoe's in there fucking applying it, and I'm about to lose my fucking mind over it.
What do you mean they're applying it?
They're applying my unapplied amounts to fucking invoices. And I'm sure it's so they get their commission quicker, and I'm putting a fucking end to it.
Okay, when I pay, not when you say.
Yeah, because I put it in unapplied, that's where I fucking want it.
Tell them to stop moving my money.
I just did. I told 3 people so. In fact, I'm going to go a step further. I want it all unapplied.
Get it back. Put it back where it was. Get him. Yes.
I can't reconcile when someone else is looking and doing shit. I don't have the ability to go in there and unpay something.
Just give him a call, give him some measurements, send him a photo, and you get a price. Don't miss out on his special deals at artofgranite.com. 303-866-9988.
Cassandra, we take her. Go back.
Susan, you already talked to her. She was the one that had.
I know, but now I gotta find out what it is. I didn't really. And Kathy, I talked to.
You did?
Yes. You know, I don't know what Kathy's waiting for because I think you should be done with Kathy on this buying versus leasing solar.
Jackson Hewitt needs you
Unless
to
she
know
had
3
something
things
else.
about filing taxes this year. 1. There are thousands of dollars worth of new tax credits on the table. 2. You have to file for them to make sure you get the right amount. 3.
She said she had more questions.
Oh,
That's
okay,
why I held her.
good.
And then Cassandra, you left her hanging, but I told her we have to get to our expert and stuff. And then the Steve guy only had a half hour, and I'm like, well, we'll do our best. You know?
All right, then if you tell Cassandra and Kathy, I'll definitely get to them. I'll go to Stephen next.
Online at khoup.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Hey, Stephen, what's going on with you, sir? What's happening? I'm Tom Martino.
Yes, if somebody hit and runs my car and I can't find them, but I happen to find a third party who bought the insurance on the car, can I sue them since they must have a fiduciary interest in that car?
Now, that's odd. You're saying you found a party who bought the insurance. Do you mean paid for the insurance or got insurance in their name?
I don't know.
Well, in order to sue someone, they have to be responsible or negligent.
Well, they weren't driving. But I was told by the police that they bought the insurance on that car, but they didn't say if they bought it in the other person's name.
Well, okay, I'd like to talk to John Fuller about this in full, but I would have a hunch that they're not responsible simply because they paid for insurance. Now, if they own the car with the other person, they're still not responsible as a co-owner. Being owner of a car does not make you negligent. What makes you negligent is negative entrustment or something active. That's my guess. But we're going to ask our personal injury expert. Who is the car titled to?
Well,
Steve.
it's...
The person that hit you, who are they? Do they own the car?
Yeah, they own the car, but they're lowlifes that live in South Pueblo and move around a lot and don't get anything in their names.
Well, do they have the car in their name?
What's that?
Is the car in their name?
The car is apparently in the wife's name, but I can't find either of them. And the police told me the name of the person who bought the insurance, so I found his address, and that's it.
Okay, well, that is really sketchy. So what we're going to do is go to our expert right now. John Fuller is a personal injury attorney, but this man makes a living at finding people at fault or going after other people at fault so he can get a claim, if there is such a thing. Now, if there are no other people at fault, he's not going to make it up. So I'll ask him. John Fuller, personal injury attorney. Let's ask him. So, John, Stephen said he was hit and run by a car. Now, what did they do? Did they give a ticket to the driver, Stephen? Did they find and say, this is the guy that hit you? Did he admit it, or did they find him?
No, the owner of the car, the police talked to the owner of the car, but the owner of the car wasn't driving, and they wouldn't release his name. So I'm stuck with possibly suing the person who bought the insurance.
But hold on. Why not the owner of the car?
I can't find them.
Okay, you said they talked to the owner of the car, and the owner of the car said he wasn't driving. So how did they find him?
Well, they talked to the owner of the wife's husband. The car is in the wife's name, not the husband's. The husband told them that his wife owned the car. They verified that, and they found him because I happened to get the license plate number.
Okay, so does this guy admit driving the car?
No, he wasn't driving the car. The police identified him, and it didn't match the person who was driving.
Okay, so we do not know who was driving the car. We simply know who owns it.
Correct.
And that person who owns it did not buy her own insurance. Someone else did.
Apparently not.
So why wouldn't you go after the person who owned the car? I'm just curious. Before I ask John anything, I don't even know if that's a correct question, but you're saying the person who owns the car won't say who was driving. And you did find out that the person who paid for the insurance is different than the person who owns the car, right?
Yes, and I found 5 different addresses for the owner and her husband, but they move around a lot, and they weren't at any of the addresses.
All right,
so I don't know where.
I get you. Stephen, I want to ask John Fuller some very basic questions first. John, in a negligence claim, when someone else is driving other than the owner, is an owner responsible?
No, generally not.
Okay, what if the owner gave the keys to someone who they knew was a bad driver? I mean, I'm just giving you ridiculous.
So no, it's a legitimate question, but we go after the negligent driver. So that means the person who's driving the car in a negligent way. Now, there are circumstances. Let's say you gave the keys to a person who was visibly intoxicated. That could be a separate tort for something called negligent entrustment. But that is separate and above from the negligent driving. Now, keeping in mind that you only have one set of damages, you may, we're not talking a double recovery, but there are multiple theories that you can go after somebody. But if I understand the gentleman's, dilemma here, the owners are not necessarily liable to him for the damages that he sustained because they weren't the drivers. Now, the question that I have is, what sort of insurable interest does this hypothetical third party have that allegedly has insurance on the car? And that kind of, that brings up all sorts of interesting issues, none of which really work out for this gentleman's problem here. But, if you have an insurance policy, there generally has to be some sort of an insurable interest. And most of the time that means ownership. But there may be some sort of a possessory interest, like it's leased to this person or rented to the person or something along those lines that gives them a possessory interest that can be insured. Short of that, I can't really get interest or insurance on your car if I decide to come.
No, but I think he's mistaken. I think Stephen heard someone else bought the insurance. I think they paid for it as a favor. I don't necessarily think they took out the insurance in their own name. But that's just my hunch. Stephen,
no, you're right.
Stephen, did they pay for the insurance, just help pay for it, or did they take it out in their own name?
Well, I don't know. I got this from the police. The police talked to the owner's husband. He came into the station to show that they owned the car and they had insurance on it. and they wouldn't identify. He wouldn't identify the driver, but he did tell them who bought the insurance, and I don't know if he bought the insurance.
Hey,
either of the two
John,
ways that you just said.
John, if somebody owns a car and it's used in a crime, which is a hit and run, can't they compel them to tell who is driving?
No, absolutely not.
Oh. Okay.
They can't. You almost never can compel somebody to tell you anything.
Okay.
They have a right to remain silent. They have a right not to incriminate themselves. Even if they were driving, they have a right to say nothing at all. Now they can, they can.
I have a question
for
the lawyer.
Say, yes, sir.
I called somebody else, another lawyer, a while back, and he said if I couldn't find the driver or the owners, which I can't, then I could ask the judge for substitution of service. Who would I serve it on?
You can do that, and the substitution would go against the insurance company, which is a great technique and a law that we passed a couple of years ago. However, you have to know who the party is that you're going to bring the lawsuit against. So you would still have to know the name of that driver, or at least some theory that you could use to compel, to get the owners involved in the lawsuit, some sort of fact that gives rise, as Tom mentioned, to a negligent entrustment or something like that. You have to file the lawsuit before you can get substitute.
Yes, Stephen, just because someone paid for the insurance and just because someone owns the car or just because someone helped someone buy tires for the car, I mean, we can drag this on to, infinity. I mean, it doesn't mean they're responsible.
Can I substitute the insurance company for...
Yes, if you know who the driver is.
I still need to know the driver.
You have to file a lawsuit. All that you're substituting service for is the defendant. And so you're serving the insurance company in place of the defendant, but you have to know who that defendant is. And the defendant is the person that you're suing.
Well, this law needs to be changed then, because a lot of people aren't identifiable because they're illegal or they leave
Stephen,
the state or
how would you have the law changed, Stephen? I'm interested in what you're saying.
I think the insurance company should be liable either way.
Well, they're only liable to the extent that their insurance policy says that they're liable, and their insurance policy starts with identifying a person that they're going to provide insurance for. It may be an excluded driver. It may be somebody that stole the car. I mean, there was a million circumstances where an insurance company is not going to have to cover somebody that happens to be driving a car.
I know he's pissed. Stephen's pissed because he can't find the person responsible.
I get it.
He has the car. He has the car. That's like somebody dropped the gun. They dropped it and ran away. But they can't find the shooter. They just find the gun.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.
What say you, Jay?
Yeah, that totally infers and public adjusters is in there. I just want to make sure. I wasn't driving. Wasn't me. Who was it? I don't know. That's bullshit. Seems to me if your car hits somebody, you're responsible.
That's not true.
If your car, logically, it should be. If your car hits somebody and then takes off, you should be financially responsible.
Well, I see what your reasoning is, but
especially in this day and age,
if you did not report it stolen,
right? If you reported it stolen, then you're off.
Or you report it stolen afterwards.
Yeah.
I mean, if you didn't know it was missing.
Mm-hmm.
Schedule and conduct video interviews right on their site. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Right now, there are so many insurance claims. You're going to be having claims for frozen pipes due to the last freeze, and people are just discovering leaks. Or it's going to be the fire, the Marshall fires. Oh, my goodness, was that a big mess? And the fringe of that area, smoke, soot, ash from the Marshall Fire. That can be a contaminant, a cancer hazard. You need proper cleanup. Don't let people talk you out of it. A lot of insurance companies aren't even recognizing that as a claim. Also, what about small kitchen fires, huh? What about floods, damages, mold? There could be almost anything where you're going to have to file an insurance claim. And I'll tell you this, I'm almost assured that your insurance company won't take care of you 100%. They won't. Insurance adjusters work for insurance companies. They don't work for you. The only people that work for you are public adjusters that you hire. Okay? And Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado.com is a team I know and trust. Joel and his team will evaluate your claim and make sure you get the maximum coverage under your policy. And they take only a small percentage of that. They are the experts you need on your side. Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado, 720-715-0000. 720-715-0000. Don't leave it to chance. They'll always collect more than you would because they know it day in and day out. Public Insurance Adjusters of Colorado.com. I would like you to take the time to call Core Scans. And you can ask your questions, by the way, too. Or go to corescans.com, C-O-R without the E, corescans.com. And find out about the scan you can do in less than 15 minutes. You can do it sitting in a chair, keep your clothes on, painless, and only $189. Listen to this one, okay? If they find something and they have a radiologist look at this, any risk of heart disease or stroke, or in the case they do a scan for aneurysms, if there are any dangers, they can make referrals, or you go to your own doctor, and the treatments are covered by insurance. They have treatments to stop coronary heart disease in its tracks and now to reverse it and to do away with risk of stroke and to cure aneurysms. Now, you need to find out first if you have anything wrong. Corescans.com. 720-740-2663. 720-740-2663.
Man, I am happy to tell you about the only
that made the cut for Dave Logan. That is Troy Hansford. I recommend Troy because he's the only agent that guaranteed to sell your home at your price.
So what I was saying is, one day we should have a marketing meeting, and I'll show you what all my numbers are, my internal numbers. Cost per lead, cost per customer, and the different lead sources and everything. You guys, I mean, you do it on the front side, and you know this stuff, but I think it'd be interesting for you to see it on the back side.
I am interviewing a company that does the most complete analysis of sales leads of any company I've ever seen in the world. And here's how they do it. They go to 300 data sources, 300. Once they have the contact information that you get, they will tell you who your customers are by income, by house value. They will tell you where they come from. They will tell you what prompts them to call. They will tell you stuff that is so incredible. And they're doing it now for home services, most home services. And this guy developed this software, so there's not a lot of hands-on. They get your data, and then what they do is they send it out, and they can tell through external means. There's so many things being tracked that they bring together all this shit, and I can't fucking believe that how they dissect leads and give company this intelligence. So what system do you use?
We're tracking it manually is what we do. Wow. You know, somebody calls up and wants us to look at the roof. We ask them how they hear us. I mean, how can you do a deeper dive than that?
Well, look, I know how you feel about marketing, and you are, and I mean this in the best way I know it all, meaning that it's hard to tell you something because you do it. George is like that. There's a lot of people like you. You're owners who do the vertical. You control it all because you don't delegate that because you figure, well, we're doing it manually. I don't know the answer to that. I asked these guys because I didn't know. See, I'm not an expert. I just listen to people. And the reason I'm looking at these things is because I want me to be more effective.
Sure.
So
And I want to be more effective.
Right. So this guy, I mean, he does it. I mean, he shows by numbers. This is no bullshit, by data, how he increases business. Because what he can tell you things like let me give you some data points he gets. There are certain people for this type of furnace ad that had a certain price of house, period. It didn't fucking matter. You can look all over, and every single lead fell within certain categories. And he took that audience, and if you duplicate that audience, they're the ones that responded, whether you like it or not. He doesn't say, it's not so much where did you get the business. It is. That's important. But what do they have in common?
Sure.
And that you can't do manually.
And then you know where your bullseye is.
Exactly.
Now,
Jay,
all of those dollars
if you just talk to, again, I don't ever want to feel like I'm fucking selling it because I'm not. I have nothing to do with this guy. The only reason I'm doing it, turned out I have a business.
Go for.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255, waterpros.net. Absolutely the best water systems anywhere for the lowest price. I can say that with confidence. Water softeners for the whole house under $2,000. Drinking water under $1,000. Never buy bottled water again. And you will not believe it unless you see it. And it's free water testing too. Waterpros.net. Let's keep going. 303-713-TALK. Okay, I did not forget about Cassandra and Kathy, okay? Cassandra, I'm sorry, we had some experts and all that. I'm going to get to you, too. We have lines open at 303-713-TALK. With Cassandra, they were fixing up the family home. One contractor got $15,000 and took off. ICE has him. They're suing him. That's another story. Then they hired a new contractor. And with the new contractor, the new contractor, as I understand it, Cassandra, finished the job. Cassandra?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry.
Okay, no, that's okay. Did the new contractor finish the job?
Yeah, so about that. So I got the name for you. It's Alvaro Salazar. And it was the remodeling services company. Sorry,
Okay, so he finished the job.
No, that was the one before. That was the first guy when you asked me the information.
Okay, but the new guy, did the new guy finish the job?
Yeah, so his name, he's with Big Dog Construction.
Big Dog, right. And he finished the job.
Yes, he did finish the job.
Then what are you calling about?
I'm calling because in the city of Lakewood, we have limitations that we have to follow by, so we need permits out here. If you're doing a 12 by 24, which that's the size of a shed we wanted built in the back, so we gave him the money after he got done and he built it. Well, he didn't lay anything on top, so it's already peeling off. So he said he was a legit, I guess I was supposed to have some kind of paperwork. It's called a permit for that concrete.
And then a CO, a certificate of occupancy, or a certificate of completion. Yes.
Yes. I didn't receive any of that, and I didn't know. So, like, after the job was done, I just thought, okay, well, he did the concrete. I just give him his money, and that was that. I've never had a contractor ever before. So I gave him the money.
Did Big Dog do the entire shed or only the concrete?
He was just supposed to do the concrete. We were going to hire him for more add-on to the house. So let me kind of stop there real quick.
Go ahead.
My mom had my children, and they were on Section 8, and my mom passed away on the 15th of last month. So my 3 children were living with my mother. Well, my mother passed away on the 15th, and then their dad died the day after that.
My God, but I don't understand what this has to do with the shed. Now, hold on. Was there more done than the concrete?
Yeah. So let me tell you.
All right, hold on. I will let you tell me, Cassandra, but so far we started way back when your mom was assaulted and fixing up the home and came all the way here. Hold on.
What's done more to improve?
She tells me everything about her life.
Wow. She's got a crazy life.
You're on Section 8, but
Cassandra,
I shall
never get to this, okay? I just need to know, when we come back, I just need to know what you need us to do for you now, and then we'll help you. So hold on, okay, dear. Kathy, I'm so sorry that went so long. What was your additional question? I'm just curious. We're off the air now. What's your additional question? Oh, okay. You know, that would be good for other listeners to hear, too. So, you know what? Actually, hold on. That's a great question. Because on leasing versus buying, they should be the same exact answers. So hold on, and we'll come back to it. Thanks. I know.
So you lucked up and didn't have to buy a new laptop.
Yeah, thank goodness, man. This one's pretty fast. I mean, I don't know what difference a new one would do. I really wouldn't have any differences. I wouldn't get a bigger screen or a smaller screen.
What is that? Dell, Lenovo, somebody?
Lenovo. iCore 7, 10th gen, shitload of RAM, fucking SSD. I mean, it's basically what's going on. U.S.-born Olympian competing for China breaks down in tears after falling again.
Mm-hmm.
Skater Zhu Yi breaks down in tears after falling during an event. That's because they might kill her, you know? You don't represent China and fall down.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you're Chinese American.
Which is weird. Why she was born here, but she's
She
representing
renounced her citizenship, apparently.
of the U.S.
Yeah.
Why?
So she could skate for China.
Is that how complicated it is? You literally have to do that to skate for another?
I don't know, but apparently she did.
God bless. I wonder if they paid her.
But I know that's crazy because there are lots of NHL players that play for other countries in the hockey tournament at the Olympics.
Oh yeah, good point. That's true.
Yeah. In fact, all the team sports, right?
How about like basketball? Same
Yeah,
thing.
that's what I'm saying. All the team sports.
Oh, my brain hurts.
Are you sure? Maybe it's just that it's not there. And that empty space hurts.
Oh. I think I got my shit figured out, but let me tell you, every time I think I'm there, I'm not. So.
Yeah, well, this afternoon I'm gonna be on a plan. Shit.
You're looking forward to knowing, aren't you?
Heck yeah.
What are you leaving town?
No, the neurologist I saw Friday said that I needed to have my decompression done sooner rather than later.
Oh, okay.
And that's the way he put it, sooner rather than later.
So you're gonna have is it outpatient surgery?
I'll find that. That's what I was talking about.
Oh.
I'll find that out this afternoon.
Because mine was outpatient. If it's just decompression, depends on the extent of the surgery.
It's decompression at two spaces.
Maybe more complicated than that.
Yeah.
Than mine.
He's got, I think it's 3, 4, and then L5S1. Skipped over 4 or 5. Well, MH, there haven't been any Asian American NBA head coaches because they're not ballers. Now, try and pin me down to who they I'm talking about.
Okay, I'm going to delete this. I might go play Top Golf today, baby.
Is that right?
Yeah, I might take my kid and his buddy.
Yeah, well, when they get me fixed, I'll go play Top Golf with you.
Do you ever swing the club, man, for real?
I used to.
Okay.
I used to, but actually, that's back when I was banging up my back and stopped.
Well, you'll be able to go with us after you get your decompression.
It should be almost.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be crazy, dude?
Oh,
All of a
that would
sudden.
be just wonderful. That would be.
Is there any kind of, I take it it's just microscopic shit, so there's
It
really
depends.
there's no healing, right?
No,
I mean,
if it's just decompression, I don't know what they're going to do. Let us know.
what do they do, though? I mean, generally they go in with a little tiny microscopic knife thing.
Well, I'm not sure what they do to decompress.
Well, one way they could definitely do it is just flip that motherfucker right now.
My thing went dead. My screen over here went dead.
Nice.
Oh, it's totally dead. I wonder why. Huh. That's weird.
Which one?
My right screen is dead.
Is there power? Is it lit? Not lit?
It's blue.
Oh, you're fucked. Something went.
No, but it's all on the same. It's all on the same. What I don't understand, it's all on the same monitor. So. I don't understand it. Like if I do this.
It looked like you plugged in.
So if I try to come over here, okay,
there it is.
But I don't know how it got. Yeah, but why is it just?
Oh, it lost it for a second and then it's coming back.
And now I have to reboot. I mean, not reboot, but I have to redo new shit, like that. I have to just do it all over. In other words, you know what? I have to just do my Gmail all over.
Well, you survived.
I get it. Hello. I don't know how that happened, but okay. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That came up without me putting a password in.
Maybe that you're still logged in and you're just having display placement.
We haven't had these people on for a while.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. Renew Home Innovations is a place you can call for beautiful showers, beautiful walk-in tubs and showers. They can do just the shower, rectangle shower with no thresholds. I love those, so they're easy for people who are older with disabilities, walkthroughs. You can use wheelchairs or, of course, just a beautiful, big, giant walk-in shower. And let me tell you about Renew Home Innovations and what they do that I love. And what they do is they help people, especially elderly, get great pricing. So if you ever want to check them out, it's renewhomeinnovations.com, 303-904-2000. Beautiful showers, beautiful tubs, beautiful combos, and they're ready to go. No supply chain issues, and they can get started the same week. 303-904-2000, renewhomeinnovations.com. Okay, a few things here. I believe that we talked about solar before, and Kathy had some other questions that I think are really important. And, of course, we recommend GenesisSolarCO.com. They're great people. And she talked to them, and she said she really liked the salesperson. I'd like to know what she liked. I also want to know what her questions are. She said, Tom, I forgot to ask you about what questions I should ask. And you know what's really odd about that is you should ask questions, and the answer should be the same, whether leasing or buying. So let's go to Kathy. Kathy, welcome. You have a home you just bought, and you want to put solar on it. And what would solar run in your home?
Well, if we were to purchase it, I think it was about $13,000, which would be about like $70 a month.
Okay. All right. Now, what questions do you ask? And this is really the question. And seriously, right. They're going to divert you away from the question because what they're going to say is, Well, you're only paying for electricity. And it doesn't matter what it costs, but it does. So you ask, this is what you ask, and this is what I would ask for solar. Okay? The number one question is what percentage of power will it produce? You want 100% or more, right?
You're right.
Okay. So ask percentage of power. Because if one says 110% and the other one says 75%, you have to then break it into percentages as far as pricing.
Okay.
Right? Like, for example,
right.
Let's just take it. One's going to do 100%, one's going to do 50%. The one that does 50% should be 50% expensive. I mean, but the good part about the solar is, well, and the bad part is, there's a minimum cost no matter what. So you may as well go for 100% of power or don't do it. That's my opinion. The next thing is, and this is what they don't like talking about, whether you're leasing or buying, you want to know right this minute, taking the panels, the inverters, and everything, right this minute, if I was to write you a check, forget about anything, okay? How much would it cost to buy that from you? I wanted the equipment, not the installation. I want to know what this system would cost. Then I want to know how much would it cost to install. If they will not answer that question, I would not use them. So you want to know cost of equipment. Now, here's what they're going to say. Well, you get a tax credit, and then, so, no, you say, I want to know how much is the system. So if I bought it from you for 10 grand, fine, I get the tax credit. What is the tax credit now, Mark? Do you know, or is it 15%?
I don't know.
26.
20. Let's say it's okay. So if I write you a check for 10 grand, I get 3 grand back or something. Whatever. Okay. Don't tell me then the net cost. I want to know if I was to buy from you, not power, the system. How much would it cost for equipment? And how much would it cost for installation? If they cannot tell you that, I don't want to know. I don't want to know you. Cost of equipment and cost of installation. Now, you're not suggesting you're going to buy it outright or find someone else to install it, but you need those numbers to evaluate the deal. Okay? Now, the terms of the lease. How many payments do you make under the lease? What is the total dollars out for the lease? Total dollars out for the lease. What that means is, if it's 10 years, that's 120 months. And at 120 months, if it was $10 a month, you know what I'm saying, right? You want to know gross dollars out for lease. Now, they're going to say, well, wait a minute. What difference does it make? You're paying this much for electric. It doesn't matter. You need to know the gross number out for lease, all right? Then you can compare the gross number out for lease. Then you can subtract your average electric bill, okay? And you'll know if the gross dollars out plus any buyout or whatever is worth the cost of equipment and cost of installation. Or you take gross dollars out and that what you're going to purchase minus the tax credits. But you do the math. That's all you need to do. There's nothing wrong with them structuring it with you buying per kilowatt. There's nothing wrong with them structuring it the way they do. But you need to know those numbers so you know you're making a wise decision. What if you could buy that equipment really cheap and have it installed really cheap? Why would you even pay that much for a kilowatt hour? You could pay way less for kilowatt hour. Okay, so just because you're paying cheaper for kilowatt than Xcel Energy doesn't mean it's a good deal. Now, when they tell you what the cost of equipment is, you can go out on the internet and find out in a heartbeat with what you want a list of everything being installed and what it costs. Not what they buy it for, but what it would cost you to buy it. And then you want to know, because if they mark it up too much, they might mark it up a lot, because you're still getting less per kilowatt hour. But if they mark it up too much, for goodness sakes, you could buy the damn stuff and have it installed yourself. No one says you have to use a solar contractor. Okay, now you're going to say, but wait a minute, what about service? And that's the other thing. What is the service and how much is that worth? Are they going to guarantee this, and who's behind the guarantee? You want to know who's behind the guarantee. If Genesis Solar goes away, I'm not suggesting it does. They're a client of mine. But if they go away, who's behind that warranty? I want more than Genesis behind it, although he's been around as long as I have in Denver. I still want someone else behind it. So, do the components have their own guarantee from the manufacturer? That's what you want to know, too. So, do you get enough questions there, Kathy?
I think so.
Okay, no, I'm serious. That's all good stuff. I want you to tell me what you come up with.
Okay.
Yeah, call us back, please. 303-MARTINO. You can always get through, leave a message. Now, we have more coming up with Cassandra and a problem with contractors. Oh, my God, it got so complicated. But I want to simplify it and see if we can help her. Then we have Patrick. He has an auto repair. They had the vehicle. Listen to this. 56 days with a $20,000 deposit. And then the city of Denver is now requiring landlords to have a lease. All of that coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Your car is worth
No, it's a permit if you want to rent out your house.
Right.
Yeah, you said lease.
Short-term permit.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Short-term
I said a
rentals.
lease?
Yeah, just so
Oh,
you
shit.
don't,
Okay.
just so you don't confuse people.
Okay.
Just located minutes from I-25
Yeah,
in Santa Fe.
short.
A lot of cities are doing that.
In town, from their trained buyers, you know you'll always be taken
Yeah.
care of. Get
Combating
at the Sharpest Rides. I'm telling you, if you're looking to trade in,
Airbnb.
go to
That's
the
it.
Sharpest Rides, best customer service in town. Get more info at thesharpestrides.com.
Okay, I want to tell you about Genesis. We just talked about solar. Genesis Total Exteriors has GenesisSolarCO.com. Now, Genesis Solar has a company behind them that has been around a long time, and that's where the warranty comes from. Genesis Solar will be completely open and honest with you when it comes to what they do for you. Now, what I love about them is they have a 25-year bumper-to-bumper equipment warranty and a 25-year energy production guarantee. That means if you don't make the production, they write a check to make up the difference. Also, no money down and no cash out of pocket ever. All of the pricing is up front. GenesisSolarCO.com, 303-474-4317. Now let's talk about BlakeHarrisLaw.com. If you're doing estate planning, BlakeHarrisLaw.com. If you're not doing estate planning, get on it. Everyone needs an estate plan, whether it's a simple will or a trust. Just get off the dime and call. If you have any questions, start by asking questions free of charge. 833-ASK-BLAKE. Then when you get your answers, he'll give you flat rate pricing for anything they do for you, but the answers are free. 833-ASK-BLAKE. You know what else is free? Getting refinanced with Ideal Home Loans if rates go down. That's their interest rate guarantee at idealhomeloans.com. If interest rates go down, they refinance you free of charge. Now, what that means is that they will be there for you, and they will contact you. You don't even have to contact them. But when you're getting your initial loan, remember, in addition to the interest rate guarantee, they also have the pick-your-own-term loan, so you don't have to go back to 15 or 30. You can pick whatever term you want to get that lower rate. You can do cash out if you want to fix up your home. You can lower your payment or shorten your term, whatever you want to do. They'll pick the ideal loan for you. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. First they listen, then they lend. 303-867-7000.
Welcome to Mi Casa, Catherine.
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, my, is that a real Picasso?
No, don't touch it.
It's covering a hole in the drywall.
Did you notice the trend with the colors this morning?
What is it? It doesn't fix drywall.
No. Did you notice it?
No, what?
No, did you notice it? What, the trend? How many are Latino? Oh, yeah.
They can repipe your whole house in 1 or 2 days.
You guys might do some Facebook advertising. Do you have a problem? Call the Troubleshooter.
And for about half the price of
We do on next door.
But what about like Latino Facebook page? It's something to think about, reaching out to that market. Because hasn't that been bullseye this morning?
303-228-2910 for a free in-home estimate.
It could have come from.
I think we get a lot of Hispanic calls because they have a language problem and people take advantage of them.
I think there's a lot of rip-offs that happens in the community.
Yeah, because they don't speak English. And they're afraid, some of them may be illegal, and they're afraid to close the store.
I don't know if that used to be true for sure. I don't know if
I think some of it's still true, but I think there's just a lot of rip-offs. I think it's a lot of cash. Maybe not so much signed contracts. Does iHeart have I don't know which Hispanic channels they have it.
I'm sure they have some.
You guys might think about, running some ads on that.
You can count on it. Tried and true, done right bathroom renovation.
Outside the box a little.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Well, it starts with a quality window or door, yes, but I'm here to tell you that preparation, installation, and finish are exactly.
I don't know how to translate troubleshooter in Spanish.
Done right.
Hafesico.
Whether it's office walls, counter floors, or even replacement windows or doors.
Did you bite? Did you bite? Hafesico.
That actually sounds more Chinese.
It's Chinese Spanish.
China.
Instead of Spanglish, but it's Chinese. It's Chinese.
There's something wrong with you, Mark, but not much we can do about it.
So get out there and win the home you want. Orchard, the new way home, is a proud partner of the
And this MHOA, yeah, I'm talking about your MA. He says they won't inspect the lean-tos that they build onto the RVs parked in the neighborhood.
They won't what?
Inspect the lean-tos hanging off the RVs parked in the neighborhood.
Oh yeah, but they'll inspect some poor bastard's deck all day long. Good point. Good point. The lean-tos.
We've had a couple of those fall over when we're trying to roof them.
What, lean-tos?
Yeah.
I know.
People will build them off their house and as well as RVs. We've never done one off an RV. We've had them pull out of houses. And then people are pissed at us. Of course, there's no permit or anything.
It's held up by a 2x4.
It's all rotted
in the mud.
On Denver's Talk Station. Sign up for our newsletter email now.
You guys watching that Euphoria?
No, it's worthwhile.
God, I love that show. It is intense.
What is it?
Euphoria.
What is it about?
So intense.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Jay Bretz, most customers do, they do only roofs when insurance pays. Most of them, right? In this state?
Especially in the Denver metro.
Back east, they never did that. You would never get, you hardly ever got insurance, and you didn't sit around and wait. You thought, I need a roof, you call a roofer. Out here, they think, well, maybe I'll get a hailstorm.
That's right. When you get into the mountains west, the insurance companies don't pay for roofs. If you're in Salt Lake City, Phoenix does get storms, but most of California, they never see insurance claims for a roof. But in the Denver metro area, if somebody has a bad roof, the first thing they think of is, my insurance needs to buy me a new roof.
And that's not true unless it's from an event. Not wearing out, but an event.
That's right. It's an act of God. Can you imagine if you had an old worn out TV and you called your insurance company and said, hey, I want you to...
What about this? What about this? What if it's old? What if it's hurt by hail, but it was old and in disrepair? Have you ever seen an insurance company say, hey, this was totally screwed up?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
We're not paying.
Yep. Absolutely.
You have?
For sure. And the insurance company says this roof was so old and worn out that it was uninsurable. Uninsurable. But the problem is they've been taking payments on it, taking premium, just like it was a brand new roof, and they told the homeowner it was insured.
So does it usually get covered?
Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. That is a problem, for sure.
And then when houses change hands, don't they often require you to get a new roof?
What happens is whenever there's a real estate transaction, the home inspector will take a look at the roof. A lot of times they'll say, you know what, you need to have a certified roofing contractor look at this roof and give us a 5-year installation certificate. And so we'll go out, we'll take a look at it if we're called into the deal. If we've installed the roof, no problem, we do it. But we do things like that for Frank Duran, and if the roof's in good shape, we get that certification.
All right, let's talk to Cassandra again now. Okay, Cassandra, Big Dog Construction, I just need to narrow down what the complaint is. Is it they did a pad and didn't get the permit, or did they do the whole shed?
They did a pad and they didn't do the permit. So
Okay.
technically, by the limit laws, I can't have that concrete on my property.
Okay, now, can you get a permit now? Sometimes they'll come out and give you a permit after the fact with a small penalty. Will they do that for you?
To be honest with you, I've tried to do several times on the website, and I can't get through. I don't know how to do it.
Okay, Big Dog Construction, what do they say about pouring this without a permit?
So I talked to him about it, and I confronted him about it. He said that he was legit, and it wasn't that I was contradicting whether he was legit or not. I just needed the permit. I told him that if I could get the paperwork. He started yelling at me, and then he hung up the phone.
Okay, now, so you were going to build a shed on top of this. Did you pay in full for the 12 by 24 slab?
Yeah, we paid in full for the slab.
How much did you pay?
He charged us he charged us $5,000.
Okay, we're going to have someone call him. They should have never done this without a permit.
Okay.
I mean, we need someone to help you. We're going to have Deputy Doc get on with you and talk to you and then call him. This should not have been done. Big Dog Construction should not have done it without a permit. It's that simple.
So if you reach a total dead end with Big Dog Construction, she needs to go down to the Denver Building Department and talk to one of the inspectors or the chief building official.
They'll go over and yank his license, won't they?
They'll do something with his license, and they may allow her to get some kind of homeowner permit just so it could get passed and continue with the deal.
So help her out with the building department. They usually are lenient with people who get screwed like this.
That's true.
Okay. So the worst case scenario would be a core sample to let them see it.
You should be able to dig alongside of it and see.
I know, truly. I know.
All right, well, let's see what...
All right, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Patrick, what's going on with you, Patrick? Is this true? Has someone had your vehicle for 56 days?
It is true, and they still have it, and I still don't have a time as when it's going to be delivered.
What did you take it to the shop for?
An engine swap. It's a Jeep, four-wheel drive Jeep.
For an engine swap, a straight engine swap, or were you doing some kind of changeover?
Changeover to a Hemi from
That's what I thought. Oh, wait. No, hold on, though. But those are made for Jeeps, right, or not?
That's correct.
Yeah,
yes,
so it's not a change. What I meant was some of them are putting in Chevy engines or different kinds of engines. You're talking about there's nothing strange about this job, right?
Nope.
Okay, but it's a bigger engine than you had?
Yes.
Okay, and did the other engine work?
Barely. It was drinking oil. No one can figure out where it was going.
Okay.
It was overheating. All kinds of issues.
Why did you pay a $20,000 deposit, for goodness sakes?
That is so. The total for the whole job, including all the parts and the engine, is $25,000 plus.
Well, my God, hold on. What year is this Jeep? Is it worth it?
Yeah, well, the Jeep has $70,000 in it already.
Wait a minute. What year is this?
2013.
Why would? Oh, hold on. Who put this 70? Did you say 70,000?
So the Jeep itself was a little over 40, brand new, and then $30,000 in aftermarket to lift it, bigger tires, different transmission ratio, new axles, all the four-wheel drive stuff.
And you did this?
I had it done.
Yeah, my God. I mean, I just didn't realize.
It's very normal for Jeep owners.
It is? So you have a 40 plus... So what would be the total when this is all done if he did it the right way?
Close to $100,000. My option was to buy something new that would be more than 30, and I love the Jeep. I just don't like the engine.
Oh, my God. So you had bought the Jeep for 40. You have 30,000 in upgrades, plus you're putting this in.
Yep.
Okay. Now.
Well, let's say trying to put it in.
Yeah.
So, they promised me 7 days.
Now.
It's been 56, and I still don't have it.
Do you think this shop is honest, or do you think they're going to rip you off? I mean, truly, what's your gut right now? How'd you find them?
Great question. So I looked at Jeep forums to see, who does this job and who's had this job done and how good are they at emissions. And some people responded saying these guys were the guys.
What's the name?
So called them All Seasons 4x4 in Broomfield.
Okay. All Seasons 4x4. Who's the owner?
Bob Jasper.
Bob Jasper. Okay. And what is his excuse for this? Does he say, don't worry, I'll do it? Do you think he spent your money? What do you think?
There's been all kinds of excuses. I don't think he spent my money, but I've had nothing but excuse after excuse about parts missing. After being told on November 24th, all the parts were in. All the parts are still not in.
What if you wanted to undo the whole thing? Is the engine pulled?
My engine's gone. The original engine's gone, so I'm stuck with. That's what I'm looking for. Is what are my options? Because they took the old engine out and everything with it, and it's been sitting in his shop for.
Well, we need to take his temperature. We need to call him and take his temperature. I mean, when was the last time you talked to him?
Via text and email today. In Channel 7 News ran a story on this last night. They came to my house and interviewed me and talked to him, and he was promising it would be done within a couple of days. I still don't have a date, a time. I don't have all the parts.
Now, Channel 7, I'm not saying that it's worth nothing, but are they actually actively involved, or did they just do a story?
They did a story, and the guy, Bayan Wang, on Channel 7, wants to do a follow-up and see how things go,
well,
but so far they're not going very well.
I understand, but that could pressure him to get it done. I mean, right?
Yeah, I hope so. That's another reason I'm talking to you and everyone else. I've filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau, the Attorney General's office, Channel 4 News, Channel 9 News.
Okay, so Channel 7 already did the story. Did they contact? Yes. Okay, and he told them. Did he tell them on camera it would be done?
They didn't tell him on camera, but they told him that they admitted the parts are still not in, and that they're going to do their best. And
is it possible, due to supply chain, that he's having a problem getting parts?
Well, if it is, he shouldn't have told me all the parts were in.
Okay, Suze. Who should we? Deputy Smarty Pants? I really want to find out, because here's the thing.
I'll call him on the break.
Okay. Bob Jasper, the owner of All Seasons 4x4, I don't know them, but I don't recall getting a lot of complaints about these guys. And I just want to see if this is a ripoff or just you're all victims of the marketplace or whatever. You're right. He shouldn't have said they're all in if they're not. And then who did the story on Channel 7? I'll look it up.
Bayan Wang, B-A-Y-A-N, Wang. It was on 10 o'clock news last night.
Okay. All right. So that usually pressures people to get things done right. I mean, any publicity, right? So let's see what...
Yes. Even after that story this morning, I was asking him, what are you going to do to make this right?
Yeah.
When is my car going to be delivered? And he's unwilling to talk about either.
Well, what do you mean unwilling? Did he say, I can't say, or did he say, I'm not talking to you?
He's not answering my questions, and I've asked him 3 times.
Well, when you ask him...
No is what Tom...
Yeah, I want Mark to reach out to him as an... Just behind the scenes, just to see really what's going on. I mean, we're not going to convict him right away. But let me ask you something, Patrick. I didn't see the story in 7. Did 7 kind of come at it from the angle that he's a ripoff, he's had many complaints, or what? What was the story?
They really just wanted to see what was going on, so I sent them a text, an email, right, of everything that I've been dealing with, and they responded within a minute and ended up showing up at my house to do the thing. And the whole story was really, why is it taking 56 days? And why are you telling me that the parts were in months ago and they're still not all in?
Is this part of some? Do they have a special unit? Is it consumer or 7 on your side or something? What was it?
Yes, it's something like that.
Okay,
Bayan does that kind of work all the time.
All right, we'll figure it out. Thank you. Hold on. 303-713-8255.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon at 6:30.
I bet you can put way more than 100K into one of those Jeeps.
Now, impact traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
I-70 westbound. Looks like we have a medical call going on westbound at Peoria, flowing traffic back to I-225. So just use some caution as you work your way past that, and of course you want to move over.
Sure.
Westbound I-76 at I-270, an accident there is
At
flowing
about 20
traffic back
years
to
old.
74th Avenue.
Yeah.
Now that is it for control spots on the highway. Crash and
You got it going on.
At about 20 years old, I was a total California hippie. Look at that shirt. Yeah, it's we all kind of colors, blue jeans, and this is a camera and all kinds of camera gear.
No bottoms?
Oh, without a doubt.
Hiring can be a headache. That's why there's Indeed, the
Where,
hiring
Callie?
platform that removes
Right in the
the
middle of Los
hassle.
Angeles.
Sponsor a job and
Guys, I
immediately
got
get a short list of quality candidates. And you can schedule and conduct video interviews right on their site. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Colorado Pain Care Sport and Spine can get you out of pain. They have helped me tremendously. I've said it before. They can help with chronic pain, which is pain you've had for a long time over a long period, or acute pain, which comes on from maybe your sporting activity. Whatever it is, ColoradoPainCare.com. The doctors are specifically geared to helping you with pain, covered by all major insurance, including their physical therapy, which I've had. Now, they have things under one roof in beautiful centers, one on Colorado Boulevard, South Colorado Boulevard in Denver, and another one, the newest facility, near Alameda and Union. That's in Lakewood. And I'm telling you, it's a wonderful facility. Insurance accepted. 303-GOT-PAIN. Get a free stainless steel water bottle when you mention my name at your first appointment. You'll get the bottle. That's 303-GOT-PAIN. 303-GOT-PAIN. Hey, if you want floors, simplyfloorsinc.com. What exactly does that mean? Well, you have really everything going for you at Simply Floors. You have Buddy and Karen Mitchell, the owners, who really are their flooring experts, and then you have design consultants who help you to coordinate your floors, no matter what they are. The large selection of carpeting. They have LVT. They have hardwoods of all kinds, laminates, engineered floors. And when they help you coordinate, all of that's free of charge. They have the best installers and great financing and the best prices. Make your own appointment at Simply Floors, Inc. That's INC, simplyfloorsinc.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Allen with Restore Osteo of Colorado. What activity would you enjoy if you
didn't hurt? Have you wondered if there's an alternative to surgery? At RestoreOsteo.com, discover our unique Helping You protocol, a process created with you in mind. Request an appointment today at any of our 5 convenient locations in Golden, Aurora, Orton, Colorado Springs, and now Welton. Begin your journey to healthy mobility and healthy living. Visit RestoreOsteo.com today. That's RestoreOsteo.com.
No one appreciates the American dream as much as Romanian immigrant Mitch Floria. He arrived with just $300 in his pocket, started Art of Granite, now serves the entire Front Range and mountain communities. A direct stone importer who passes wholesale prices on to his customers for all countertops. Completed in just 2 weeks, including quartz. Bathroom free when you have the kitchen done. Tear out and haul away free. Get a price on the phone. 303-386-5919. TheArtofGranite.com.
You probably wouldn't leave thousands of dollars on the table at a diner. Why leave thousands on the table with your tax return? Jackson Hewitt will help make sure you don't. This year, there are thousands of dollars worth of new tax credits. Your Jackson Hewitt Tax Pro will help you track down every last one, so you get your biggest refund guaranteed. Don't leave thousands on the table this year. Discover thousands of dollars in tax credits instead. Learn more at JacksonHewitt.com.
Did you know your ugly, cracked, stained, embarrassing driveway, patio, or walkway can actually earn you money? I'm Larry Green, CEO of System Pavers, America's #1 designer and installer of elegant outdoor living systems.
This season, outdoor home again. Enjoy your own.
I don't know, Tommy. I'm just letting you know. I'm letting you know about this. I gave it to Pastor Charles too, but you know your 401k match. I sent in my UPS to February 1st and estimated delivery 3rd. Now there's no time constraints on it, so I didn't do a 2-day. I just did cheapest tracking. Jeff says they still haven't got it. It's been a week. Now, if you go to UPS and track it, it says, we'll update delivery date. Weather can be a delay. So I don't know, just give it a few more days.
Yeah, then to cancel the check.
And resend.
Yeah, let's give it a few days.
It was an independent UPS
I
shop.
appreciate you being on that, though. Thank you.
It's like it was an independent UPS shop. And I felt like, I didn't walk in there with a mask and it was Denver.
Make sure it did clear on our end. It did clear on our end.
Oh, no, it hasn't. I already been double checking that. Anyway, just keeping you posted.
Okay, thanks.
Is that you?
That's cool. She's on top of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, she is.
A good bookkeeper can make or break your business.
She's on everything.
Honestly, friends of mine, they're going to offer you free mortgage reviews with no pressure, no obligation, no upfront or hidden fees. You're just going to have a simple conversation.
There's a bunch of us now going to the airport. That's where they're finding.
They're hanging out at the airport?
Yeah, because the terminal's open all night. And it's warm.
They probably can't kick him out.
So call right now.
They're saying it's really becoming something.
303-695-7000. 303-695-7000 or online AmericanFinancing.net. MLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
Have a do-it-yourself project? No better place to shop than Buy and Build for your kitchen and bath. Granite, cabinets, sinks, faucets, hardware, and accessories.
I think the city should set up some kind of tiny house subdivision way out east. And if you violate what is it, the city's metro camping thing, you either go out there and live for 6 months or go someplace else, I guess. I don't know.
630 KL,
an iHeart radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Listen, don't forget Compass Insurance Group for your insurance checkup. They can check to see that you're adequately covered and that you're not paying too much. And it's an independent check of your actual coverage. Free of charge, 303-996-9000. Now, before you think they're trying to sell you something, they're not. They'll just give you quotes, and that has to be real. And they'll tell you if you have a great deal. It's a real deal. Compass Insurance Group. That's theinsurancehelpcenter.com, 303-996-9000. Now, Glenn's got a comment on this car repair for 56 days on the Jeep. He has a $20,000 deposit to have his engine changed out. What's your comment, Glenn? Glenn? Glenn, are you there?
I just talked at length with the owner over there.
All right, so let me explain the situation for those tuning in. Patrick took his Jeep in for an engine swap, a bigger engine. He's quoted $25,000, put 20 down, and it's a 2013 Jeep. By the way, he has 30,000 in upgrades so far. He found this shop on a Jeep forum, All Seasons 4x4, Bob Jasper. Go ahead. Mark, Jasper's on. Should I take him?
Yeah. I just talked to him. He wanted to come on. So
good. Hey, Bob, thank you for coming on, man. What's going on with this engine?
Sure. Unfortunately, we've had some supply chain issues. We've been trying to get Mr. Hemstreet's Jeep back to him as quickly as possible, but we've had some materials that have been shorted, and then also we had a wrong harness cable delivered. So we've been trying to get the right harness cable, and unfortunately, the shipment has been delayed. We don't understand why, but working with the supplier to figure that out and get him the right part, so that way we can get him his vehicle back as quickly as possible.
You know, something Bob shared with me, though, is he's been updating this guy constantly, even showing him tracking numbers of the parts being...
Patrick?
And offered him a vehicle.
Patrick, did he offer you a loaner?
Yes, he offered me a loaner, but I didn't want him to use that as another excuse to take more time.
Yeah, but you do believe... Now, I don't, he came on the air voluntarily, by the way. What do you think about the supply chain? It's a real deal, right?
Why did he tell me the parts were in on November 23rd?
All right, so Bob, that's a fair question.
Well, he said one of them came in, it was a wrong part, the harness.
Well, that
was
a later
the one at
first. Pat is absolutely correct.
Let Bob talk for a minute.
Yeah, Patrick, just hold on a second. Let him talk. Go ahead, Bob.
You know, that is my mistake. I thought we had all the parts here, but unfortunately we did not. And so, again, I was told by the supplier we'd have the part much sooner than we did, which was rather unfortunate for Mr. Hemstreet. And again, I completely understand his frustration, but I'm trying to do everything in my power to make sure that, you know, we get the part in and get him back his vehicle.
When do you think it's going to be done, Bob?
And Mr. Hemstreet was asking that question of me earlier this morning, and it's like, I wish I could give him an answer, but as soon as I get an answer from them on when I'm going to have the cable, I'm going to pop my people right onto it and get it to him as quickly as possible. But I haven't heard back from my supplier to say, here's when the part is going to be here.
All right. I mean, to me, it sounds like the guy's doing okay, man. I don't think the guy's taking your money.
No,
I'm surprised it's even made the news.
Bob, the news.
56 days later, and you're surprised?
No, 56 days is terrible. If he was doing it on purpose, or he didn't have the money because he spent it, that would be terrible. I mean, 56 days is terrible, but guess what? Mark was just somewhere where this guy was being told for his computer to be fixed. How long?
Oh, yeah, to have his screen replaced.
How long?
60 days.
Okay, and I've seen people having repairs. I'm not sticking up for Bob or All Seasons, but Patrick, at the same time, listen, what did Channel 7 conclude? Bob, did you see the report? What did they say? Were they trying to make you sound like you're ripping them off? I didn't see it. What? Tell me about it.
I didn't see either. I recorded it. I haven't had a chance to watch it. Again, I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm trying to get Mr. Hemstreet's Jeep back as fast as I can.
I mean, we get, Patrick, that you're upset. I'd be upset too, man. But nowadays, at 56 days, honestly, Tom, we have calls all the time where a vehicle's sitting in a dealership for that long, or a guy's waiting 6 or 8 months for a title.
All the parts. Why was I told all the parts were in and it would
He
take
just
7
admitted
days?
that he screwed up on that, and he thought they all were
Patrick,
in.
Grace.
Listen, I understand both of them. I mean, I can see why he's upset. Listen, it's frustrating. 56 days, it's frustrating. That's a long time.
Patrick,
but
the good news is, how many complaints have we had on these guys, Tom? Seriously, how many?
Well, I haven't had any.
Zero. I don't remember any.
How many do you expect? Look at Yelp. There's a guy that got his Jeep out of there after spending a lot of money. Its parts started falling off on the road.
Okay, let me ask you something. How much work have you done on that so far, Bob?
We're probably 3/4 to 80% of the way done.
Really?
Yes, sir.
So if Patrick wanted to go out and look, could he do it?
Sure. Absolutely. I've sent in pictures of the Jeep already.
Patrick, Patrick, if we had a magic wand, what are you looking for right now?
You know, I'm looking to get my Jeep back, and I'm looking for some kind of compensation. I asked him if he could deliver my car to me. No. Any discounts? No. Nothing but excuses, and 56 days and 20 grand later.
Bob, do you think you owe him anything? I mean, once it's done and finished?
I'd be happy to go back and take a look at that for the inconvenience, absolutely. And I did not respond back to his question that he asked about that today.
Well, you know, let's get real, too, man. He just had a news crew out there at his place. He's probably not in the best mood right now, and here we are calling. Honest to God, though, it sounds like he's going to get it done. I don't know how long it's going to take, and then he's going to factor in some kind of discount for you, Patrick. So what else would you want right now? I'm not saying that if this guy doesn't come through, by the way, Patrick, we won't light him up day in and day out.
No, of course not.
But what else can he do right now if he doesn't have the harness?
There's absolutely nothing he could do except he should have done his homework prior to telling me in November that everything was there. If it were me and I owned the business and somebody's Jeep was sitting in there and I told them 7 days and it's 56, I would have had plenty of time to go over those parts and make sure they were all there and do every piece of work I could have prior to a harness.
Patrick, I don't think I agree with you 100%, and I don't think Bob's arguing with you, man. I don't know if he's actually apologized for the issues or anything, but
well, it may not be, but they may not be his fault. But he's saying he did it in a bad way. You didn't
no matter what, he shouldn't have told him 7 days.
Say that last part again. Sorry.
Did you tell him 7 days to begin with? That's what Patrick just said.
Well, yes. If we had all the parts, I would have had his Jeep back in 7 days.
That was my point. You probably shouldn't have told him 7 days, but it doesn't matter. That's in the past. I get it. Patrick, I think I don't know what else to do on this. I think the guy's going to come through. He's got pressure from every side now. He should be able to get this done and get it back to you. Bob, I think you need to at least stay in contact or email or tell him, okay, I just talked to the parts supplier. This is going to be in now. We should have it done. And just stay in communicado with him.
And that's what I do.
So that's what he does, but every time he does that, nothing happens. He gets a part shipped. It's the wrong part. The ship.
Patrick,
delayed,
what do you suggest we do right now? What do you want me to do right now? You want me to scream at him? What do you want me to do?
Yeah, what do you want, Patrick? It's a fair question.
I want him to get the job done, and I would love for him to respond to emails when I ask him what he's going to do to make this right,
yeah.
And if he can please deliver the car to me instead of me driving 2 hours to get the car.
Where are you? Oh, so, okay, listen.
Days.
We all understand his frustration, okay? I mean, but I don't get the sense. I'm telling you, I'm a very skeptical person. Mark's even more so. Seriously, he is. And I don't get the sense that Bob is cheating you. I
don't either. He's just...
Hold on. We got to take this break. Hold on, both of you.
You're going to have to finish this up because I'm just... I mean, I think Mountain Dew... I think we got 30 seconds. Mountain Dew is having an ill effect on me. You got to do these spots, too. And that is... Let me show you. I got it. You got good at all those. All right, thank you, guys. I'll be right back. I think Bob sounds pretty damn reasonable. Yeah, he said he made a mistake.
Give me a second.
He's got a situation, but this guy is becoming an asshole.
This dude is super high maintenance. Yeah.
He's becoming an asshole. I mean, I understand his frustration. I understand.
You made a mistake. You said 7 days.
So now you got to give it to me in a day, whether you got the damn harness or not.
And I want a 50% discount.
Mm.
So it's the same thing with that lady with the concrete slab.
That's why there's Indeed, the hiring platform that removes the
I'm good.
She got screwed over by that.
You good?
Big dog construction. No, she didn't.
Hold on, guys.
Flash credit.
$189 could save your life. I know that sounds dramatic. I'm trying to be dramatic, but the bottom line is $189 can get you a scan. It's really quick. In fact, I think Tom says it takes like 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes. But basically, they scan your artery, and they're looking for soft plaque. And if you have it, you can go to your doctor and figure out how to get rid of it so you don't end up with a stroke or a heart attack. It's pain-free, non-invasive, and it only costs $189. Could be one of the best Valentine's gifts you ever have given. 720-740-2663. I know you've heard about it. Now really think about it and get it done. $189. CoreScans.com. You can check everything out at CoreScans.com. Now let me tell you about an attorney I love. Bradley O'Brien. Yeah, he's the main dog over there at O'Brien Legal Services. Anything you have that has to do with real estate. Maybe you're a landlord and you want someone to look over your leases, especially after all the issues over the last few years. How about loan documents if you're buying or selling a house? How about buying or selling virtually any piece of property, a boat, an RV, anything of value? How about you're an unmarried couple looking to buy a house together? How about if you're looking at moving in with someone and thinking of buying a house with them? You need to have your documents looked at. You need to protect yourself. What I love about Bradley is most of his things are flat rate pricing. You can call up, you can talk to him. For example, hey, I've got a problem with a neighbor, a fence problem, an easement issue. He can help you with virtually anything that has to do with real estate. Write this number down, 720-370-7388, 720-370-7388, or of course you can find them at referralist.com. Now let's talk about Become the Banker. I love these guys. They have different things you can do to actually make your retirement better. In fact, one of the things I like is an annuity they sell. I'm not that big on annuities, but if you do the math, if you sit down with a webinar with these guys and you factor in the 9% bonus money, you can get income for life. I don't know how much you have right now. Maybe you have a 401k, you're getting ready to retire, and you're going to roll it over into an IRA. You should look at this. Retirement money for life. You put in a certain amount now, at 65 years old or whatever age you decide after that, you can start taking up to what? It doesn't matter. $50,000, $100,000 a year till the day you die. I want you to sit down. I want you to talk to these guys, but go to becomethebanker.org. Becomethebanker.org. You can see Martino talking to these guys about different investment opportunities. Becomethebanker.org.
That dinner was delicious.
Freaking gave out the wrong website.
Don't worry about it. You nailed it.
No.
Sounded good.
Hold on.
Sounded good.
I'll have to correct it no matter what. Maybe I got lucky. It might be .net. I think it's, why would it be .org?
It cannot be .org. Did you say .org?
I said .org.
I missed it.
I screwed it. I screwed the pitch.
You screw up again. Now we're in the dog like it.
Where is it? Damn it, it's even worse. It's becomethebanker.info.
What?
I'm glad I looked it up. I do one for Master Router. It's masterrouter.plumbing. I don't know if I like it because I don't think anybody realizes there's a .plumbing, you know?
.com is just so common.
It's wild because their company is Master Router Plumbing, and they got masterrouter.plumbing. So it's cool, but the other one, 888, can't get any better than that. 888heating.com, and then their phone number, 888-HEATING. That's the fucking Mac Daddy. You remember my old Mountain Peak number from back in the day?
I know. 2,000?
400,
400, 4,000. Yeah, that was a great number.
And mountainpeak.com. Well, I got a fucking fortune for that one.
You couldn't dial that number you didn't know for.
400, 4,000. I never even broke it down. I sold that store for, I think, $175,000.
For the phone number?
No, that store. It was a retail store next to a King Soopers in Parker. I only had probably $7,000 inventory, but they got mountainpeak.com and 303-400-4000. But I was banging out shit. I was making $25,000 a month back in the fucking 90s on that. No, that'd be more than 2,000.
And that was before the tire stores?
Yep, I exited that and bought the tire stores.
Yep.
That's exactly how that went down. Actually, I sold that. I didn't have shit to do, so I started helping my dad out at one of his stores in Castle Rock. I mean, literally, I just go in for a few hours and push the shit out of sales. And then his partner came to me and said, hey, you know, you should think about buying me out. So I ultimately ended up buying out his partner. Thinking, okay, well, I'll own 100% of it then.
Yeah.
You know? But I hated it. God, did I hate it. I hated automotive. You couldn't drag me back into there. I think I'd jump off a cliff before going back in.
You did all right, but he cried an awful lot.
Fucking hated it.
He's still damaged.
I am damaged, man. I'm emotionally damaged from the automotive business.
So, Tom, I called up that big dog. He was pretty straightforward. He said, look, she came to me.
10 years.
She needed it done right away. She never told me that they were going to put a building on it. They just want the concrete slab.
Yeah, but they still need a permit.
Well, they just put a slab down?
Yeah.
He said they don't.
See, I remember someone saying he was going to be on time, never miss a dime.
I know. Listen, I ran out of time, but I'm going to come back to all the calls. Thanks for rubbing it in. I'm Tom Martino, I promise. We're going to get to all of your calls coming up. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255.
.com to sign up today. Gyrie's, your neighborhood paint store since 1899.
your insurance company hired an adjuster, shouldn't you? As the oldest, largest, and most respected public adjusting firm, Adjusters International stands ready to work with you as your partner in recovery. Our team of private adjusters represents homeowners and business owners, never insurance companies. And our time and resources are dedicated solely to you. So don't stress. Don't wait. Call today at 800-248-3888. That's 800-248-3888.
Welcome to Mi Casa,
Oh
Catherine.
my, is that a Picasso?
No, don't touch
it's
it.
covering a hole in your wall.
Yeah, I had leaks, but the plumber who repiped doesn't do drywall.
It doesn't?
Mm-mm.
Repipe Specialist would have repiped and offered to fix the holes in your walls.
Got leaks? Repipe Specialists will repipe your house in 1 or 2 days and offer to fix the drywall. Call 303-228-2910 for a free in-home estimate and pay nothing down and no payments or interest for a year. That's 303-228-2910 or visit repipe.com.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeart Radio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts. All in one.
ABC News, I'm Will Reeve. At the White House, President Biden hosting German Chancellor Olaf Scholz. The two meeting to discuss the escalating crisis in Ukraine, where Russia now has 70% of the forces at the border that it needs to invade.
Working in lockstep to further deter Russian aggression in Europe and to address the challenges posed by China and to promote stability in the Western Balkans.
The leaders will hold a joint news conference this afternoon. An announcement from New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy as COVID cases fall.
Because of the dramatic decline in our COVID numbers effective Monday, March 7th, the statewide school mask mandate will be lifted.
Delaware says it's lifting its indoor mask mandate effective Friday and for schools on March 31st. In Minneapolis, prosecutors
Here they are, dude. Here.
Okay, I'm going to samsclub.com.
Yeah, go to samsclub.com and
Adjustable.
search adjustable bed.
Good lunch.
Oh man, they're awesome, dude. They're cheaper than I thought, actually.
For King.
Yeah, they're cheaper than I thought.
Oh,
might have me down.
Shit. But they're not wood. That wood.
No. Those are just showing. It sits in there. It's all metal.
I get it.
I didn't know they were adjustable.
The one we got is at zero gravity.
Where? Oh, so you do have one.
Yeah,
Where is it?
That's where we got it.
Where's zero gravity? Where is it?
It's like 4 or 5 down. Members Mark King adjustable base with zero gravity.
Does it have all kinds of?
What does zero gravity do?
It goes in this weird way to where you feel like it's got your legs up and your back.
Okay.
Do I have to be a member to buy here?
Yeah. Probably, but I'll just give me your card and they all ship to you. You can't buy these in club. You got to have it shipped. But that's the best there is, man. These are fucking unbelievable.
But you're sure? Okay.
I love ours. The one we got, just so you know, we got a split. You don't need
No, I don't want a split.
We got a split because we were thinking we were going to get a split mattress, so we bought the split, but it doesn't matter because we kept the same one because you hit one button and it syncs up.
So I want this one, but how do I tell what size?
The vibration works great too, man. It's really fucking nice.
What size?
I think ours has heat too.
How do I see what size it is?
Yeah, they're made by.
Okay, this
it's
is
their own brand.
Okay, Mark, get me this one, and I'll write you a check.
Which one is it?
The Members Mark King adjustable base with zero gravity.
How much is it?
And anti-snore, whatever the fuck that is. It's $5.99.
Okay, hold on. Members Mark, that's. Members Mark King adjustable base
That's exactly
with zero
right.
gravity.
Okay, and I will pay you. I'll write you a check.
$5.99 shipping.
Oh,
I need to get your address and shit.
Okay, I'm going to send it. Here, let me give you my.
That has a remote and everything, right? Yep, sure
Let
does.
me give you my address here where it's going to be.
Yeah,
shipped.
just write it
It's
down.
going to be to Stephanie.
Control your bed frame with your smartphone? Sweet.
Yeah. You know what? So like Sleep Number gets, they want like $2,500 for that same fucking thing. That's how I discovered. I couldn't believe how much they wanted at Sleep Number.
Here's her address and my phone number.
McDaniel was hired by the Broncos as an intern under Mike Shanahan. That's the latest. I'm Chuck Clark.
Do you have a Sleep Number or do you have a regular mattress?
Sleep Number. We have one big Sleep Number. We don't have two.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. You don't want to just put on a credit card? I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I can do that.
Just give me a card.
Oh, and then is it going to be on your Sam's fucking club for the rest of the year? Remember that? No, that happened on Amazon.
I'll order one also.
That happened on Amazon by mistake. He was fucking buying all kinds of shit.
He told you it was a mistake.
Mark, that's really cool. Here.
Actually, it was better at my wife had it.
You don't have to give him the number, Tom. He's already got it.
Same card?
That's so funny shit.
You even has a 3-digit code.
I do try to write everything off like this too. Yeah, me too. Because really, they're not going to quit. I'm trying it out. It's like a consumer report.
Of course it is.
So here it is. Here, Mark, use this top one right here. That
wait.
is not ours. That's mine.
New card.
That's mine, not yours and ours. That top one. And then erase
it was his.
And then mark as default payment. That's
Wait, the Spark, the top.
Mark is default.
That was so funny.
Oh, it was like
Suzanne goes.
It's like
Suzanne literally goes, "Tom, it looks like you've been spending a lot more at Amazon." Like,
yeah, you don't normally spend that much. And then she says, "Oh shit, Mark bought that." 2 electric bikes. Fuck, it was crazy. So I'm still right now on their gift card. That's because they pay me back with a gift card. I'm still doing.
That's what you wanted.
I've not paid yet for anything I'm buying. It's all gift card.
I love my own wife turned me into him.
That's a fucking hell of a deal, Mark. They were like $3,000.
Yeah,
they're so
that's
ridiculous.
awesome price.
And we've had ours now for 3 years and next.
Are you pricing?
Bulletproof.
Yeah.
I'm just not. I should be. I'm Costco.
I have both.
Where is Sam's Club?
There's one in Castle Rock, so I work members. Oh, the other day, yesterday, we were at Sam's picking up water for the office. I've been a member of Sam's, guess how many years? It blew me away. 39 years. I didn't even know they were open that long.
I didn't even know you were.
Oh, that sounds a bit just so there.
Make this your preferred car. Check.
No. Hi, Tom Martino here. This hour brought to you by WaterPros.net. I love WaterPros. Paul the Waterman. I talk to him so much. He's a friend, and he has the greatest products, either whole house water softening. You can do point-of-use drinking water. It's all the lowest prices and best quality, computerized, low maintenance. So the drinking water is under $1,000, fully installed, never buy bottled water. Whole house softening, under $2,000. And by the way, they do free water testing, free. And it's not a panic scare tactic. It's real stuff. WaterPros.net, 303-862-5554. 862-5554. Welcome. Let's go to the phones now. I'm starting out with this one that we left off with. And we have Jay Bretz with us from Excel Roofing. Jay, we said we'd go through roofing scams. The number one scam. Here, let me lead off, and you tell me if I'm right. I think the number one scam is where they knock at the door and say, you have to sign this for us to look at your roof, and that ties you to them. And if you try to cancel, you get dinged with a penalty. Would you say that's one?
I agree. I think you've got it just a little bit backwards.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me how it works.
Where they're going to knock on your door, say, "Hey, Tom, can I take a look at your roof and see if it's in good shape or if you have any damage?" They come down, they say, "Yep, you got damage. We'll meet your adjuster. Please sign this authorization that allows us to meet your insurance adjuster."
Okay, it's almost the same thing. But don't they get you to sign to inspect it first?
Usually not. No.
Oh, I thought they say you have to sign this for us to look at your roof. Okay, maybe not. You would know more than I do.
Well, normally they're going to go for that soft sale in the beginning, and then they'll go for the jugular after they're finished. Because what they're going to do is say, sign this so we can meet with your insurance adjuster. But what most people don't know is that that's going to be a roofing contract. And all of a sudden, that you've obligated all of your insurance proceeds to this roofer also. And the whole thing is a total scam. And
okay, so that's number one. We'll go over some more coming up. 303-713-TALK. So here's the moral here. Someone knocks at your door. Say, thank you for bringing up the roof. I'll call you if I need you. And then go shopping.
Yep.
Don't ever have them do it based on knocking at your door. It doesn't mean that if they come to your door, they're automatically bad. But here's what I say. 90% of all scams start at the door. So there's a good chance you're going to be scammed. That doesn't mean it's a positive, but there's a good chance. Now, we had Patrick. Again, he just dropped off, so I guess he didn't want to continue. Okay. That shop had his car 56 days. He was very unhappy. And the way it is right now, the guy says he's trying to get it done, supply chain issues. We're going to monitor it. Now, Joanne's on, and then we'll have open lines at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, because you can get in and you can get help. Now, Joanne, what's going on with your car in the shop? What's happening?
I put my car in the shop almost 2 years ago.
What? Wait,
yeah.
There was no supply chain problem then. Joanne, are we serious? What shop did you go to?
I went to the Pro Automotive on Alameda and Hazel Court.
Okay. Now, by the way, I want to make this clear. This is not Pro Auto, which is on a referral list. This is Pro Automotive.
Services.
And when did you bring it to Pro Automotive Services?
Gee, probably August of 2019 or 2020. Yeah, it's almost 2 years.
August. Okay. And what happened?
I mean,
what did you take it in for?
Steering column. It got, when people steal your car, they break your steering column.
Okay. Okay. And why do they still have your car? Seriously.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay, I took it in. It needed an ignition cylinder. The gentleman, I guess the main mechanic, said because my key was gray, he assumed that I had a chipped key, and I didn't.
So when you call him today, what does he say to you?
Well, he finally fixed my car last week. Called me, said your car is done. I came in. I mean, I have a lot of issues with him. I go in every month, every couple of weeks, and I always have an excuse. It was sitting parked there for like 8 months.
All right.
I used up.
So he did fix the car finally.
Finally.
Okay.
So I went to
when did you pick up? When did you pick up your car?
I haven't picked it up. I went to pick it up Wednesday. I told him I could take it, for a test ride, turn it off and on. It was out of gas. I took it 2 blocks down to the Conoco, and when I came back, for some reason I wanted to back in instead of pull in. So when I went to back in, it died out on me. So when I started it again, it kept dying out.
Okay, so right now your car has never been repaired properly.
No. And like I said, I went to. I was going to go pay for it. I checked it out. It seemed to be running good. And
but you didn't pay him yet? You didn't pay?
I have not paid him yet.
What does he say? What does he say about it?
Tried to get stolen. Okay, well, it tried to get stolen last year. It broke the window on the other side and tried to steal it again. And he told me that the people that sold it before probably tried to steal it again. And I said, why would they steal it from a mechanic shop? He goes, I don't know. They just do that. So
yeah, but wait a minute. He doesn't attribute any of the problems to his work.
No, in fact, he wanted me to pay the difference because he ordered the wrong part. Hooked up my system because I don't have a key. My car is in.
Well, hold on. If it's a part you originally needed, of course you should pay for it.
Yes. But he ordered the wrong part, and then he tripped up my system because it didn't match up. It didn't link up. So every time
did it do additional harm? Is that what you're saying?
It did. That's why it took him 2 years to finish, because he wanted me to pay for his error. And so
you're sure it was his error that caused the failure?
Yes.
Exactly how did that happen?
Because the part he ordered for my car is the wrong part.
I get it, but how did that cause additional damage?
Because the car won't stay started. It wouldn't stay started. Because,
Okay, but that's not additional damage. That means you need another part.
Yeah.
See, here's what I'm getting at, Joanne, and I don't know if you're picking up what I'm laying down. Here's what I'm saying. I believe that if you needed that part originally anyway, you should pay for it. However, if you need the part because he broke something, then he should pay for it. Which is it?
He ordered the wrong part.
Okay, if he ordered the wrong part, and now he has to order the right one, you should pay for the right one, but you shouldn't pay for the old one, the wrong one.
Okay, well, he put the wrong part in my car, and it tripped up my system, and then they couldn't get it to start at all. I couldn't get it to stay started.
Okay, and if he takes the part out and puts the right part in, it will start.
Okay.
So you need to pay for the new part, even if it's more expensive, but you don't have to pay for the old part that did not work. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
So is that what he wants you to do?
Originally, yes, that's what he wanted me to do. And
okay, why do you think? See, let me give you an example. If I took a car into someone, and this guy by mistake said, "Hey, you need 4 fuel injectors." Okay, so I say go ahead, and he orders the wrong fuel injectors, and he says, "You know, Tom, it's not the fuel injectors. In fact, it's the injector pump. So I need you to pay for the injector pump, and that's going to be way more expensive." Here's what I would say. Okay, I will pay for the injector pump, but I'm not paying for the 4 wrong injectors that you got. I will pay for the pump.
What if they put those 4 injectors in your car and they were the wrong injectors and your car wouldn't even start?
Then I would say put the right injectors back, and I'll pay for the pump. You keep, Joanne, just because he did it wrong doesn't make him responsible for the whole repair. It only makes him responsible for the wrong part. You don't have to pay for the wrong part. If the new part is twice as expensive, you owe him for the new part. John, you just need to call this guy. I mean, I don't know why I said John. But anyway, we need to call Deputy Doc. We need to call this guy. In fact, we have no one on the staff named John. So why the hell did I say John?
Because you're looking at Joanne.
I got to figure this out. Anyway, here's what we want, Deputy Doc. Deputy Doc, we truly need to call this guy and say, hey, what's wrong? What do you want her to pay for? Is she paying for anything that you ordered that was the wrong part or whatever? Just try to get to it. So many people believe that when something wrong is done, whatever the correction is, they owe it to you, and they don't. But they do need to credit you for the wrong stuff. Anthony, what's your comment on that? Do you agree?
I do, but I think I didn't hear. I'm sure there's some part of it that we're missing, but the way she's describing it is if he ordered the wrong part and actually put in the wrong part, would putting in the wrong part potentially cause issues?
No.
If it was
Anthony,
the
you're
wrong
right.
Electrical.
You're right. If that happened, then he would be responsible for the thing that he broke. He would be.
Right. I think that might have been where she was trying to get to, was that him putting in the wrong part caused something else to fail.
No,
like
here's what she said.
Voltage or something.
She said putting in the wrong part caused the car not to keep going. It wouldn't keep going. And I said, okay, so if he puts in the right part, will it keep going? And she said, yes.
It should keep going.
That's what she said. Now, I want to, that we'll clarify that. But thanks for your comments. 303-713-TALK.
Let me give you 2 quick follow-ups, and I'll make a call.
Oh, good.
Thanks to Biden's out-of-control spending, and every second that goes by, you are losing more and more of your hard-earned savings.
Okay, so with this bed, you have to have the wood frame that the steel frame drops into.
What?
Any frame.
Oh, yeah. We have a wood frame. I have a wood frame. I mean, all we have is a headboard.
We had to modify the shit out of it.
No, we don't have to. We just have a headboard.
Yeah, my wood frame is actually what holds the box spring also.
I hate the old frames. Now, the frame I have, the movable one is a super duper pooper scooper. It is the one I have at my house. And a TV comes out of the footboard.
I say get 3 things on that, so save them wherever.
Shelter.
Where just text Martin.
Get your free info kit on Gold IRA.
The TV comes out of the head.
The footboard. So you're laying in bed, and it's a 26 or 30. It's limited, but.
Mile High Estate Planning is now Blake Harris Law, and Blake Harris Law will make sure you do things the right way, and in fact, he assures it by opening up his number for you to ask questions. That's right. BlakeHarrisLaw.com will answer free questions, free legal advice on all estate planning issues. He only charges for what he actually does for you. That means if he does a will, there's a price for that. He does a trust, there's a price for that. A beneficiary's deed, there's a price for that. But he'll give you advice, too. Blake Harris Law. Ask your questions free of charge, then flat rate pricing. 833-ASK-BLAKE. That's 833-ASK-BLAKE. Fix it 24/7. FixMyHome.com. Right now, unprecedented savings. He is doing for new customers this clean and check of your furnace with a no breakdown guarantee of just $24. Can I say something? Some people would call this a refurbishment of your furnace. They take it apart to the extent they can. They take out the blower motor. They take out the fins. They clean everything with degreaser. They make sure that that is running in top shape. And if you have any problems, they'll be honest with you on what to do. Now, here's the deal. Just $24 gets you to fix this, and now more than ever, you really need to make sure that you're fixing your stuff because of all the problems with parts. FixMyHome.com to find out more. FixMyHome.com. You want to get carpets cleaned, don't use anything at all except Zero Res. When I say don't use anything, they have empowered water, no chemicals, no gritty grime, no soap, no suds, no emulsifiers. They go in there with purified, wonderful, soft, alkaline-based water that's patented and take out all the pathogens and dirt and dust with a patented scrubbing technique. It is so gentle on your carpets, plus no chemicals, so no residue. They get clean fast, stay clean longer, dry faster. Zero Res. Their patented process has what you need. And right now, you're not going to believe this. 3-room areas, just $99. They're the company I use in my home. ZeroResDenver.com. ZeroResDenver.com. 303-471-5150. 303-471-5150.
Have you still not
refinanced your mortgage? Well, soon you might be kicking your
good? So it's going to be shipped to me and everything.
Yeah, the date, it's going to show up pretty quick. It's like the 19th. I mean, it's a week or so.
That's good. I'm not telling you. It's a surprise.
I got my.
She'll say, "Why is Mark sending me a bet?"
I got my test kits from the government.
I got mine too.
In 7 days, it was the easiest thing in the world.
We got it from the state and the feds.
I got it from the feds. It was 2 clicks and it was delivered in 7 days.
Yep, ours went quick too. We got 2, or Addie.
Yeah.
Filled them out for the state. Those showed up.
We got
8 or 10 of them.
Wait a minute. Each person gets 2, right?
Right.
Yeah, but if you have P.O. boxes, you can get 2 each place. Not that I would take advantage of that.
But you were just checking to see if it would happen.
I had to make sure.
They
for
checked my
consumer
address. Yeah, Stephanie got one of hers. I got one of mine.
And each one should have 2 in it.
Yeah.
And then you can get them from the state and the feds.
So wait a minute. So I got 2 boxes, and each box has 2.
Yeah.
So we have 8 between us. But they're not that accurate.
I don't know. I don't even know. I'm not even sure I use
over 99% accurate if it's positive. Okay. It's 80 to 85%.
Well, if it's used properly, that's a big preference.
You can say that anything.
Yeah, of course.
You can say,
how do you do it? You have to go into your brain.
No. You take this Q-tip thing and you put it right in your penis.
Up your asshole.
You got to put it 4 inches up your penis.
Anyway,
well, you don't have 4 inches.
I guess I was asking.
You bought that one.
He's with he had a problem with Auto Nation Jeep West.
Oh, Rob, that was a while ago.
That was only last week.
Okay, Rob.
Yeah. Auto Nation Jeep West.
Oh, Jesus, there's 156 Rob.
Make their home yard getaway. As a token of their appreciation, the Broadmoor is
2 years. Cherokee losing power?
No, you see,
Auto Nation?
Yeah.
That might be the longest I've heard.
2006
Been in the shower 2 years. That's a good one. I didn't even, did we hear any part of it? I was too busy ordering his wife's
Tom
bed.
Martino, your
Troubleshooter. Hey, this is important. Right now, cybercrime is way up, and they're getting through on cell phones, laptops, tablets, and even desktops. So listen, no matter what you have, if you put SaferNet, this app, on it, it will protect you from all of it. All of it. All you have to do is put it on there. It runs in the background, and then you just forget about it. It also helps you control what your people surf, how they surf, how long they stay online, what they do, and you have full control for your kids or employees. Now, it's safernet.com. You can put it on your server. You can put it on each individual item. It's a couple bucks for each item it protects. So if you have a cell phone and a computer and a laptop and a tablet, one account, and just a few bucks each a month.
And it can track anybody it's loaded anywhere.
Yeah.
You want to know if your kids are sneaking out? Bam, you got her down.
Oh, yeah, you can geofence that thing, too, yeah. So it's safernet.com. No ransomware will get through, so that could have saved the pipeline people millions of dollars. Safernet.com. Now, Joanne said her car's been in the shop 2 years. I find that shocking, and Deputy Doc is going to call over there and find out what's going on. It's Pro Automotive Services. Now, Doc, before you do that one, tell us about this 2016 Jeep Cherokee losing power. Rob took it and put 100,000. Bought it used, put 100,000 miles on it. Well, the dealer has had it a month now.
Well, the problem was he thought they were overcharging him because they didn't do anything. So I got a copy of the invoice, and I showed it to Kevin. And Kevin looked over the invoice, and he said they charged him appropriately for what they did. And that's all he was.
He changed out a module for $400.
Right, and then he agreed to have further diagnostic testing done. And I showed Kevin what they did, and he said, yeah, they did this, and the charge was appropriate for the amount of time that was spent. So I told them.
And he still doesn't believe it was appropriate.
No. I told Rob that, and he said, okay, I just wanted to double check.
Oh, okay. Does he have another problem since then?
No, he's okay with that.
All right, now what?
And then I
thought he said that it still has a problem. But anyway.
Anyway, he just wanted to make sure they weren't ripping him off.
Got it.
I called Big Dog. Cassandra was concerned about her concrete slab.
Yeah, well, they put a slab down without a permit.
Right. Well, anyway, she has no contract. She didn't know his last name. She paid him in cash. And it sounded like this was just a, hey, will you do me a favor and put this slab down? He said that he put the slab down. They never told him that they were going to put a structure on top of it. And as far as he knows, as long as they didn't tell him that there was going to be a structure on it, he didn't need a permit.
I think you still need a permit.
Well, I told her we got two conflicting stories. I believe him that she didn't tell him that they were going to put a structure on it, but I believe you that he needs a permit.
Jay, don't you think they need a permit for a 12 by 24 slab?
I think they do.
Well, wait, why?
Because
it's disturbing.
So for landscaping, you need a permit?
Yeah, for certain landscaping, not all landscaping, no, but yeah, you do, actually.
I told her to call the Denver Building Department as per Jay's suggestion, and find out if they need a permit or not.
Tom, bet Mark lunch about if you need a permit or not.
Just for a slab.
Let's find out. Why don't you ask him, Doc? We can even get the answer tomorrow.
Why, though? I'll call him.
I think you do. For a certain size slab you need,
you need to get a permit. I think you do for sidewalks too. I'm not sure, but I think a driveway apron or any of that.
Yeah.
But I might be look.
I believe him that she didn't tell him because she sounded a little
well,
flaky.
that's a heck of a thing to leave out. I mean, you know, the slab's basically her foundation.
Well, she was a little bit flighty about all. She didn't know his last name. She didn't have a contract with him. She paid him in cash. It sounds like, hey, do me a favor and put this slab down, and thank you very much.
Yeah,
so
I know what you're saying.
I think she didn't tell him. That's my opinion.
303-713-8255. Let's talk to Robin. Robin, what's happening? And you're going to talk to Joanne about her car, right, Robin?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, Robin, what's going on?
I purchased some tickets through Ticketmaster/Live Nation for a Marquee in Denver show on Friday. And I've been trying for a couple weeks to get a whole Live Nation Ticketmaster.
Why?
They list nowhere on the website when you're purchasing tickets that it's standing room only. And I am 63 years old and I have lupus and I can't stand. So I only figured this out after I purchased the tickets. And I've been trying to contact them to say, hey, can you give me one of the...
What's the venue that has standing room only?
It's the Marquee Theater, 20th and Larimer.
Marquee. Okay, I didn't know that. So they have no seating?
They have about 5 tables in the back, but it's first come, first serve.
Goodness gracious. And who are you seeing?
The Burroughs. It's a local Greeley band.
Oh.
I think once you buy those, you're done. I mean, Suzanne buys a lot of tickets. Once you buy one, can you return them like Ticketmaster?
No.
It's done.
They are non-refundable, but my complaint is that they don't list anywhere standing room only. That's a big deal.
What's the venue?
Usually they have handicap areas.
They have to have handicap areas. They do.
What venue is it?
Marquee Theater.
Marquee Theater.
I haven't been there.
And
they have spots for wheelchairs, but I just can't stand for 4 hours.
Where is the Marquee? Where is it? Where's the Marquee?
Downtown Denver.
Did they sell out?
20th and Larimer.
Did they sell out?
What is the date?
I have no idea.
What is the date?
The 11th. February 11th.
Okay,
Friday.
the Burroughs. Got it. Are you sure? Yep. Are you sure now that they... okay, hold on. I'm looking to see. I'm looking to see, just for the heck of it. You know, you could probably still sell them. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's not my preference, but if I need to, I will. I'd rather go see them, but...
I'm looking here now. I'm looking to see if they say anything about it.
I'm not trying to dismiss the money, but it's not like they were super
they say
pricey
general
tickets.
admission.
No, they're not. No, I agree.
If it says general admission, that's it. You're standing.
Yeah, but it doesn't always mean standing, does it? General
admission.
Yes,
exactly.
I've never heard it not mean standing.
I'm looking here. I'm reading. It's general admission. Let's see. No, I don't see any order information. Let's see. Place request. All sales are final.
Like
no refunds. Hold on. The event is postponed. Okay, hold on. The price may serve. Yeah, it just. Oh, and it says these tickets are resale tickets. Well, hey, so in other words, you're allowed to list on here. Why don't you do it? You
sell them, you mean?
Yeah, you can resell them either on this site. Why don't you? I mean, in other words, I just don't think, I truly don't think that's going to be an excuse.
Generally, if you go anywhere like the Pepsi Center, they're going to have seats where you'd sit for a game, if you will. But at the same time, if you buy general admission tickets, you're standing down on the ice or whatever's generally there.
But you don't think they should have a note standing room? How did you find out, Robin?
Absolutely. Well, I have my sister, my daughter, and brother-in-law in Greeley own a venue, and they're like, yeah, that's standing room only.
Okay,
and once you purchase the tickets, it says that, but it doesn't say it on the wait.
Once you purchase, but see, these guys who go to a lot of concerts saying that's generally understood that general admission is open seating or open standing.
Yeah, and sometimes they might have chairs, but a lot of times they don't.
Did you call and ask them? I think you could get all your money back if you relist them. Probably more.
Yeah, I don't know if it's sold out or not, but I've talked to the Marquee and Live Nation. I talked to the manager. Nobody will call me back. So, I mean, it's not. You're right. Suzanne, it's not a big amount of money, but
what do they do for
I wanna
people?
see
And I'm
'em, like-
serious when I say this. What do they do for people in wheelchairs?
They do have wheelchair spots to put them, but I'm not in a wheelchair.
Most of these places do have some.
No, but you could go in a wheelchair for the night, and I'm not suggesting you. No. I'm not trying to be. What? I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to be
Not
funny.
that
She has weakness and lupus and can't stand. If you can't stand, what do? You sit.
Yeah.
I don't know why people are finding that funny. I'm not suggesting that you take a space away from
I
somebody.
can just picture myself pushing Suzanne around in a wheelchair so we can get up close.
Oh, and I wasn't saying to get up close. I was saying just to make use of the tickets.
Real funny.
Just go find a wheelchair.
Yeah, I think that concrete guy needs
This report is sponsored by
Yeah.
Wendy's new hot and
Why do you guys think that?
on the Denver building site, or the Denver, it's Denver Developmental Services. It lists concrete. It lists either a parking pad or something for a garage.
I get that.
It doesn't say just some kind of random pad in the center of your yard or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. Why would you need a permit for that?
Basically, in Denver, you need a permit if you're building anything bigger than a doghouse.
I don't know who would know the answer to this.
And I'll tell you why. They want the cash.
I do. Our concrete people.
They want.
Did we call them?
The city of Denver wants the permitting fees. That's the.
I know, but he's saying still, are there
See why everyone is raving about their brand new.
I can't imagine why. If I wanted to put a 10 by 10 slab up so I can shoot hoops in the middle of my backyard,
Yeah, I think it would be one.
why would I put? You think I would?
Yeah, I do.
Frank and therealestateman.com. Frank will do free market valuations of your home. Evaluation on your home, complimentary, of what it will sell for. It's not an estimate, because an estimate on an appraisal, it's not based on an appraisal, nor Zillow, or what your house is worth. It's what it will sell for. And that's really important. 303-920-1622. Complimentary. It'll give you an idea of what you want to do. Fix it up, keep it, list it, and there's no obligation. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
All right, check it out. Listen to this number. $70,000. What am I talking about? $70,000. Guess what? I wasn't going to get anything. Zero, zip, zilch. But I got $70,000. How do you go from zero to hero like that? I'll tell you how. You call up Paragon Services and Matt. He's a public adjuster I used when my homeowners told me I had no damage. Now, I looked around the neighborhood. Everybody's getting a new roof. I'm not getting a new roof. They left me out, so I called up Matt. Probably about 4 or 5 months later, guess what? I got a new roof. I got $70,000 from Paragon Services. And you know who I called? He's sitting across from me right now, Jay Bretz. And Jay came out and put a hail-proof roof on. But I would have never have gotten my new hail-proof roof if I didn't call up Matt. If you've been affected in these fires, if you've been affected commercially or residentially, I want you to call up Paragon Services, talk to Matt. He will actually talk to you for free, 100% for free. He'll look at what they're offering, and he'll tell you if it's fair, and if it's not fair, he'll tell you what he can do, and he only gets paid on a small percentage of the additional monies he collects for you. 719-726-0020. Honestly, do not leave money on the table. 719-726-0020. Paragon Services on our referral list at referrallist.com.
Do roller coaster stock markets make you nervous?
You know what smoke damage most people don't realize from that fire? It's horrible. Is the attic ventilation that we talk about all the time for the roof? A lot of smoke went into the attic.
Oh, man. Yeah. So, commercial piece of property down there. Matt picked up, this is down in Boulder County. I forget what kind of store it was, but it's a big piece. No burn, nothing burned down. Nothing but smoke damage, the whole thing. But he had merchandise, everything. It's going to be over $3 million just smoke damage. $3 million just for the cleanup.
That's incredible.
$3 million. I'd say the average house is probably well over 100 to 250,000. If it was in a neighborhood that most of it's down, the house, like you said, all the insulation's gone, the drywall's gone. I mean, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Oh, the carpet, almost. You could argue virtually any flooring's gone. How
So
about
this
ground?
goddamn story on CNN, you can't share with anyone. There's no way to share it.
What do you mean?
There's no like sharing icon.
Just copy the link and send the link. Control C.
Yeah, I got that. But I can't believe though that they don't allow you to send it. Seriously, that's ridiculous.
You know, I get when people need like a handyman off of referral list. I found a new cool way where I can just grab the search and then it sends them the results. I never knew we could do that.
That is cool.
Because what I do before that, I say, okay, call these three, and then I literally cut and paste the 3 links.
Oh, now you can share your search.
Yep.
And how do you do that?
I go to referral lists and I search for whatever I'm searching, and then I just copy that URL. It actually creates a result page.
Hygiene. Actually, it's both. But considering that bathing went mainstream in the 1800s and brushing your teeth in the 1900s, isn't it time for something new, like cleaning your nose?
I had to kick on my
nose
heaters the other day, man, on my roof.
Dirt and germs.
They all fired
first
right
line
up.
of defense
Working
against
good.
allergens, bacteria,
How
and
thick was the
viruses
ice?
from getting into your lungs.
No ice. It was just snow.
With
It would have became ice. Although that new roof, ironically, I think snow comes off of it.
Very back of the nose, where
For
germs
sure.
can get trapped and multiply.
Oh, yeah.
And then out the other
So I
nostril,
think it's
pushing out
like
mucus and
between that and the
microbes, so
heat
you can
tape,
breathe
I think
better,
it solved it. But
sleep deeper,
where you guys
snore
put the
less,
heat
and
tape up,
stay
there is
healthy.
no sun.
Join
there.
over 2 million
Sun
others
does
find
not
out
hit
for
those
yourself how
spots. So I
refreshing
think I'd
it
have
is
to have
use
heat
the
tape
Vaj.
no matter what.
Technovage.com, Walgreens, CVS,
But it's a lot. I think it's
Target, Vaj. Clean nose, healthy life.
And then the snow guard you guys put on the steel building, the garage, that works perfect. It just sits there and kind of, it just doesn't let it all fall down at once.
It's a big clump, about a foot from the edge, right?
Yeah. Yep. Prior to that being because I went 1 year without that. The reason I got it, man, I was staring at our kitchen window that looks right at it, and man, I am talking
Down
a
60%.
foot of snow came off the entire roof at one time, and I was thinking, holy shit, if I just happened, or if anybody happened to be walking out or in to that side door, he'd probably fucking knock you out. I mean, it was that much snow.
Yeah. And, you know, slamming that door, opening it.
Would trigger it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy. I just so watched it. Literally, this high of snow, the entire thing. I bet people have died up in the mountains from that shit.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure this year if anybody's died, but last year I think it was 5 people in Colorado.
From snow off of a roof?
Yep.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Going out there to
5 people last year.
You're caught right under it, huh?
Yeah. It's just like being very light.
Hi, Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. If you have any questions, complaints, need help with anything, give us a call. And this is an open line situation right now, so you can get right through at 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. We're talking about roofing scams, too. The number one is knock at the door. They say, we're here to inspect your roof free of charge. And then they say, you have damage. We need to talk to your insurance company. Won't be any charge, but we need your signature.
Yeah, and we need to meet with your insurance adjuster so we can point out the damage to them. So go ahead and sign this document right here.
Now, I just want to say, the one woman just texted me that she did get also one who said, you need to sign this to give me authority to go on your roof. Let's just put it this way. No matter what, don't sign anything.
Don't sign anything at that door.
Never. Just don't sign anything.
Don't sign anything unless you're absolutely positive this is the person that you want to put a new roof on your home.
Yeah, and you shouldn't. You should shop around. So never do it based on a knock at the door.
What do you think the number two scam?
I'm asking you.
I'm
Go ahead.
It a scam, but it's cancellation fees. I would say the number 2 problem.
Is cancellation fees? You're right.
The hidden cancellation.
And they say, well, we have to do that, Tom.
Yeah, we've got all this time and effort invested.
Yeah. What do you think about cancellation fees?
Cancellation fees are bogus. It's nothing more than an ability to hold a customer hostage to the contract. And what a consumer should know is when they get a contract, really from any home improvement service, they can scratch out anything they don't like. They can add anything they don't like. And if they see a cancellation fee in there, they should just scratch it out and make the people initial it so that there's no cancellation.
All right. Hold on one sec, because I want to go to another common problem, and that would be the contracts they're actually using could be out of favor. Hold on. Adam, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, Tom?
What's happening with you, man?
So I own a business, and I pay out owner distributions, and I figured a way to do that so I don't spend the money was just to do it in cash. So I've been for like the past 6 months, I've been getting like cash from the bank when I do a distribution. It's all reported legally as it should, but now I have a safe with like $100,000 in it, and I don't know what to do to get it back into the system so I can maybe like buy some Bitcoin with
Safety deposit box.
Well, no, he means to get it back into the system. You do it the same way you got it out. You did owner distributions in cash. By the way, just on a side note, what business entity do you have?
It's a land surveying company.
Okay, and are you taking a salary?
Oh, yeah, I am taking a salary.
Okay, good. All right, because if you don't take a salary, that's a red flag. But if you're doing owner distributions in cash, that's your option. How much at a time do you take? I take it you take under 15 or 16, then they don't have to report it, right?
Yeah, I usually take between 5 and 10,000.
All right, so you go just under the reporting limit of 10, I believe it is.
I think that reporting limit's dropped down to 5 or lower.
Whatever it is, it's not that you can't do it. You just have to report where it's from.
You're getting reported.
Yeah, they might just ask you, but if you're just looking for...
And he claims the income and all that.
Deposit.
Actually, if you claim the income and everything, there's no law against you just depositing the whole lot right now. You can do it.
Of course you can.
But is that going to trigger an audit for him?
No, because he's already accounting for the money. He's not doing anything illegal. So
he just wants to know what to invest $100,000 in.
No, I don't think he's asking that. I think he's asking how to get it back into the system, and I say you can make a few deposits and just make the explanation. This is a return of capital.
You can make just one deposit. No
one
matter
deposit.
What he does with cash, it could trigger a red flag. We all know that.
Right, unless you did it under the reporting limit each time until it's all in.
But why not just shove it in a safety deposit box?
He wants to invest it.
Well, okay.
And it's not invested in a safety deposit box. It's sitting in it. So you want to invest it, right?
Yeah, correct.
That's what I just said, Tom.
Buy an expensive
Have you
car or
ever?
something.
And you said you're in a land surveying biz?
Yes, sir.
What's the name of it?
Colorado ILC.
Colorado what?
ILC.
ILC.
Land
Okay.
surveying.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a couple commercials right now. You throw me 5 or 10. Colorado.
Let's do it.
Adam, listen, man.
We're too busy as it is, Tom.
Listen, Adam, I think you're overthinking it, especially if you're really declaring everything. You just deposit it. What do you want to buy, do you think? What do you want to invest in?
Oh, I want to buy Bitcoin.
Really? What is it down to now?
$42,000 today.
42? What do you think about it, Doc?
I think right now wouldn't be a bad time to invest a little bit of money as long as it's discretionary and you don't need it for a long time. I think the upside is much better than the downside with Bitcoin at this point.
42 is tempting.
I wouldn't. It was 33 last week.
Hey, Adam, do you have like retirement plans and all that?
Yeah, I got all the boring stuff.
Okay, all the boring stuff. I like the way you
Adam,
put
how
that.
old are you?
39.
Oh, I
You're doing
would definitely put some into Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, look at, oh, God, this whole thing about crypto is so crypto.
How about a pension? Why don't you sit down?
No, he says he has all. He says he has all the boring stuff.
Wow.
So good good luck to you, man.
A defined benefit plan.
Yeah, but
put in 20. He's 30 something. You put in 20 grand for the next 20, 30
Now
years.
remember,
he's going to be grabbing 300,000-400,000 a year off of it.
But guys, remember, he's already paid tax on this money.
Yeah.
So he's not looking for a tax loophole on the money.
Yeah, I know.
But
he's looking for an investment.
Right. Yeah. And an annuity isn't a bad idea. You could pay cash for an annuity right now and let it fester. I'll bet you that would be as good as almost Bitcoin. I swear to God. Yeah, I mean, because with Bitcoin, you're paying capital gains on everything.
And it could go to zero.
Think about that, Mike. If you got the right kind of annuity and you paid cash for it, you can let that fester. He's only, what, 39, did he say?
Yeah, 39.
Yeah, 25,
49, 59
years.
Like, yeah, man, I'm 68. If you let it grow that long.
Yeah, I bet 100,000 right now in an annuity with the 10% bonus. I bet he could be pulling in 25 years till the day he died somewhere around 5,000 a month, 60,000 a year.
More.
Yeah,
more than more than that. Hey, Adam.
Okay, yeah.
You're in good shape, bro.
I'm listening.
You're in good shape.
Where do I go? Where do I go for the annuity?
Oh, listen, and that's really important because a lot of they're not all good annuities, okay? There are some really crap annuities because they have big front loads and they have exhaustive fees if you try to get your money. I would say good annuities. Deputy Doc, you have one you love. Where'd you get it?
Well, I have an investment advisor. I'll be happy to give...
yeah, off the air. Also, you know, you hear us advertise for Joe Chiano, Become the Banker. Now, by the way, it's not the Become the Banker you want. It's his annuity side, which is mymoneymyway.com. But also, Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. These guys are so honest. They can point you in the direction of no loads or low loads.
That one with Become the Banker, though, right now, and other people might sell it too, but I like Joe and his kid. They have that 9% bonus, which is huge.
And by the way, Adam, just so you know, you're young enough to be my son, so you can call me Dad.
I mean your grandson.
And remember your dad in his old age. We have more coming up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
He wasn't very excited to name his company.
No, because he's got 100 grand in cash in his house, which is probably his company.
Yeah. So listen, we have...
that probably wasn't smart.
Yeah. Okay, so what we have here, bro, is in a completely different way.
Yeah, I don't think that was smart to do, but that's it.
Out of line saying it's sitting in the safety deposit box already. I just want to put it someplace else.
Exactly.
Okay, this Kimberly, I spoke to Rick Wallace.
This is Rick Wallace.
Are you a safe
follow up
driver?
with Rick
Are you
Wallace
looking to
contract.
save money? With DriveWise from Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you can save. At
There's your
Allstate,
retirement
protection
finance is
costs a
good.
whole lot less. Visit Allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
You know, guys, we were just talking about getting advice. Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. This is the kind of thing, if they're on your team, you can call them with any question on all of this kind of stuff. See, they're not into one thing when it comes to your retirement. They look over everything, including your investments. Your retirement planning is more than investments, though, like taxes, Social Security, Medicare, supplements, insurance, annuities. Yes, they can give you advice. No age restrictions. It's never too early, even for my son there who called in. And you can get the stuff you need. Complimentary consultations as many times as you feel comfortable to hire them. And then they work on a contingency. They'll tell you all about their fees, okay? It's transparent. But you can meet with them. You don't have to sign right up. And they'll meet in person. They'll come to you. You go to them or on video. 970-663-3211. I love these guys. 970-663-3211. rpcenter.com. Now, speaking of people I really like, let's talk about Rock and his team at American Restoration. God, I can't say enough about them because the restoration business is riddled with liars, cheats, and ripoffs. But you can trust American Restoration to do the job the right way, whether it's a disaster with a flood, a fire, mold, crime, unattended death, meth labs, asbestos. They have all of the EPA certifications, the knowledge, and the honesty to do it right. Whether you're paying direct or working with insurance, they don't hike up the fees. They even have turnkey solutions for rebuilding. They have the latest in technology and equipment, more than 20 years of experience, proudly veteran-owned. AmRest247.com, AmRest247.com, 8337-AMREST, 8337-AMREST. And another one of my favorite sponsors, because I'm hoping it'll save your life, and that is Core Scans. Seriously, when we talk about this, you can't do any better than Core Scans. Core Scans is made to save your life. Core Scans. What do I mean by that? What I mean is, for $189, they detect soft plaque. That's a direct indicator of heart disease or risk of stroke. And now they have a scan also to help you find aneurysms in early stages. All of these can be drop-dead events. I hope you waste your money. I hope they find nothing. But if they find something, you can get it treated with insurance, right? And they can make references, or you go to your own doctor. 720-740-2663. 720-740-2663. Core without the E. CoreScans.com.
This tax filing season could be one
for the record book. There are thousands of dollars worth of new tax credits on the table.
They're killing
Jackson Hewitt will help make sure you get everyone
Do you know how many lives, seriously,
credits for
Jay,
you, the parents.
since
care
we
of
started
them,
doing these
taking
advertisements,
classes,
they
so
have
much more.
documented cases of
Don't need
people,
thousands
I
of
swear to
cases.
God, any
Jackson
day could
Hewitt
have
will
dropped
make
dead
sure you get
from
credit
a
sure.
stroke. And they fucking got immediate help. That is unbelievable to me. That
So are they doing your whole body or
no,
just
your carotid? And for the aneurysms, they do this core thing here, or aorta and something else.
That's, that is such a rare phenomenon, having an aortic aneurysm.
But they do others. Wherever they do it, they say they do it on most common.
Which is an aortic aneurysm. The other one is
well, they're all uncommon, but they're never caught.
No, but the odds of having an aortic aneurysm, unless you have specific syndromes, are pretty small.
Okay.
So I would definitely do the core scan,
for sure.
But
the aneurysm. But how many times do you fucking hear it? People never find them. They're dead.
My
It was an
realtor,
aneurysm.
when we moved to
Right, Doug?
Yeah, but it's just like
39 years old. His little kid actually was going to band practice. He said, give me about a half hour, wake me up, I'll bring you to band practice. I got a horrible headache. Fucking never woke up. He had a brain aneurysm, died at 39 years old.
I don't know if they do
Jeff
that
Martin.
kind of scan. I don't know.
No, they won't.
They can't see in there.
They can't do
Got off from work.
They won't be able to pick up
the building.
And the brain aneurysm
down
is
to
pretty
the
small.
parking lot.
And the aortic aneurysm you can check on.
A couple of hours later,
But the brain ones, you can
see how
pick up the headlights.
headlights.
Now that I hear there's a really accurate screen.
I told you about that. Remember
Combined
that
with
they
this.
there's 100 cancers they will pick up on one blood. I gave you the information on it.
I think that
Core Scan should do that. They should do the blood and the scan.
No, I told them that, but they said they want to be focused.
Well, the blood one is about $1,000, but it will pick up about 100 cancer precursors. It'll let you know if you have those precursors in your blood.
Yeah, but what do you do about it?
Well,
That's the problem.
But then you can get treatment.
Like what? You can't get chemo with no cancer. What do you get? What kind of treatment is there for free?
It's like someone telling you, hey, you're going to get Alzheimer's most likely. What do you do?
Hi, Tom Martino here.
303-713-TALK. Okay, Jay, on the contracts, doesn't the state dictate what kind of contract you have to make?
Absolutely.
It has to have all the materials and prices.
Colorado state law.
Okay.
It has to have the scope of work, how much it's going to be, what kind of material, all of that stuff.
Excel as an excellent, EXCEL, excelroofing.com, 303-761-6400. Let me get your call, Kimberly. So, Kimberly, we have a follow-up, I guess. Deputy Doc was working on this. So, the original problem, Doc, what was it with Kimberly here?
That he never came back.
Did you get anything done? Deputy Doc? Kimberly, anything done? Did he contact you? She's not there, and we're going to be running out of time. So, Doc, did you... All right, we will get you back tomorrow, Kimberly, and find out what's going on. I'm Tom Martino. Don't forget referralist.com, and please save all your problems for me.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino.